marching band under the direction of Pat Cunningham.
Home watching tonight's broadcast as the Friday night lights are back, as your Merrimack Tomahawks will be taking on the Alvirne Broncos. This game coming to you live and in living color from Merrimack High School. It has been an incredible season tonight. Merrimack 1-1 on the season, Alvirne 0-3. And as always, I am joined by my broadcast partner tonight, the one and only Ralph Carpentier. Ralph, it has been a tale of two cities so far this season. Last week, Merrimack really had a hard time shutting down the power running game of Salem High. However, in their first game of the season against the Bishop Girton Cardinals, they were able to rack up a lot of points through the air. So really two different games tonight. Weather should not be a factor. Should be a nice warm evening there at the high school. Should be a great set of conditions here for that power passing game that they're going to be bringing out there. So Ralph, what do you think we're going to be seeing tonight during the game?
Yeah, Dave, I think you brought up a really interesting point. We had some downtime between game 1 and 2 of the season, and we're looking at two completely different results in that time. And I think that we're going to see the Merrimack we saw week 1 now that they have a consecutive week of practice ready to go. And I expect the team firing on all cylinders tonight here against the Alvirne Broncos.
Yeah, you'd expect that head coach Kip Jackson's really going to go back or did go back and look at the result of last week and really probably put his team through the paces this week in practice. You'd imagine now with some additional practice time under their belt, getting back into the rhythm of the season, that they're going to be looking forward here to a positive result defending their home turf against their rivals, the Alvirne Broncos.
Absolutely, Dave. I think we're looking at a team that has a significant amount of talent and is looking to show that last week was not a result that they're looking to repeat today. And that is what I'm expecting tonight. I expect a hard-fought game, but I do expect Merrimack to show us what they showed in week 1, and that was a powerful passing attack, high-flying across the field, 4 wide, running the run-pass option plays, and really just gaining yards with sustained drives, as opposed to last week where they were kind of snake-bitten by some penalties, some turnovers, some things that really changed the course of the game. And again, I think a lot of that had to do with the 2-week layoff in between games, and I think another full week of preparation and a game coming right back on another Friday night is going to set the course for a completely different result.
Yeah, you have to imagine that they're going to be looking for a much different result this particular week here. They won't have to be dealing with the rain with their passing attack, and all things are looking good here for Merrimack. And also want to take a minute here, too, to welcome everybody that's joining us, not only on the Merrimack TV channels, but also those that are watching the Facebook Live feed tonight on the Merrimack TV page. If you're watching the game tonight, let us know, give us a shout-out, and we'll give you a shout-out during the game. And also, if you're watching on Merrimack TV Channel 21, follow us on Twitter at Merrimack TV and tag us in a tweet. We'll give you a shout-out during tonight's game as well. So I think last week we had folks that were chiming in from all over the country. I think we had as far as Grand Rapids, Michigan, and somewhere in Florida
Down
as well.
in Bonita Springs, Florida, I believe.
Florida, absolutely. New Jersey,
yeah. Quite a
Northern Maine, I think, was represented too.
Maine was heavily represented last week.
And of course, our community here, the fine community of Merrimack, supporting your Merrimack Tomahawks as we prepare here for kickoff. Merrimack on your TV screen wearing their home blue, kicking off to Alvirne wearing their white and maroon colored jerseys. So here we go here, ladies and gentlemen. The fall tradition begins here on this Friday night as that kickoff going deep down to the Alvirne 5-yard line. That's going to be taken out and returned by number 23. He's going to be tackled at the Alvirne 27-yard line. Number 23, Kylo Ferrullo, the two-way player, the running back, defensive back combination right there. As the Merrimack defense led by the one and only Sergeant, Dylan Sadowski, coming out here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this defense today and how they respond to a tough outing last week. We know they're stout up front. We know that they get some good pressure on the quarterback, and we know their ability to play in coverage. So let's see what that looks like today.
As Alvirne coming out here in a spread formation, 4 wide receivers, 1 running back. Takes the snap cleanly, not a lot of pressure. Throwing out to the flat, that's going to be tackled down at approximately the Alvirne 34-yard line. Pickup of 6. Just taking what he was given right there by the defense, finding the open man.
Yeah, definitely some solid protection there and a nice, crisp, complete short pass.
Again, Alvirne coming back out here in a spread formation. 2 receivers bunched towards the near side of the screen. Quarterback is going to keep that. Going to take that right up the middle, looking for first down yardage, and he is going to get that. That is number 5, quarterback Kyle Gora, the senior. Nice run right there out of Alvirne. First and 10 here from just outside their 41-yard line. We'll call that the 40 3/4 line, Ralph.
I like it.
Gora set back here in the gun. Merrimack 4 down linemen. Giving a little bit of cushion right here to the Alvirne receivers. Gora able to take advantage of that cushion on the first play of the ball game.
Toomey on the outside right there looks to have some decent amount of size for the Broncos.
Another quarterback keeper right there. 3 yards in a cloud of dust style of offense. Nice, strong run going right up the gut right there for about a 6-yard gain. We're going to give those Merrimack linebackers something to think about all night tonight if they keep running the ball to that level of effectiveness, the quarterback just keeping it.
Absolutely, Dave. Gora actually has been the starter here, I think, since he was a sophomore at Alvirne, and did lead the team to a Division III runner-up spot a couple of years ago. So they definitely got some talent here at Alvirne, but
Gora all day. He's going to be sacked. Number 25 coming up to make that play. That was Ryan Turley.
Get some pressure in there from the Sarge. Turley going in and cleaning up the mess.
You really have to account for Dylan Sadowski on every play when you're on offense.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a benefit to have a player like that wreaking havoc up front, and then to have the talent around him that you do there here in Merrimack.
Absolutely. 3rd and 7 here from Alvirne. Opting to stay in the gun, rolling to his right. Gora looking down the field. That pass looks like it's going to be complete. Nice throw right up there to his wideout, number 81.
Good enough for a Broncos first down.
Alvin Toomey, the junior.
Broncos in Tomahawk territory. Ball spotted.
It's early in the drive, but I'm seeing some chemistry between Gora and Toomey here that looks to be pretty cohesive. We've also got some size there with Toomey, and he looks like he's able to come back for the ball as well with solid hands.
Yeah, able to body up to get that ball right there, catch a ball in some traffic. Nicely done, nicely executed right here as Alvirne is marching just past midfield on the Merrimack 45-yard line. Handoff right there to number 17. Merrimack with good pursuit in the backfield. Let's see if they can bring him down. Number 17 making something out of nothing right there.
Montgomery with the handoff. Gain of 3 on the play. Tackled by Trahan and company. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 Broncos from the Tomahawk 44-yard line.
Broncos with 2 tight ends from the shotgun here. 2nd down and 7. It's been a successful down as far as the flag is going to fly.
I was just going to say, Dave, we haven't seen a lot of 2 tight end formations from any of the games we've covered yet this season, so it's definitely an interesting look there, and we'll see what the call is.
Also want to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you're watching on Facebook tonight and joining us, we had a lot of great conversations with some of the fans watching Merrimack Tomahawks on Facebook and on Merrimack as well, on Merrimack TV. If you're watching the live feed, leave us a comment, leave us a shout out, and we in turn will give you a shout out. Also, if you're on Twitter, give Merrimack TV a follow at Merrimack TV. Tag us, give us a shout. We always love to hear from the many fans that we have watching really all across the country. It's the Merrimack Tomahawks Nation, well represented all throughout these fine United States, as Alvirne looking down the sideline right there. That pass is going to be incomplete. Looking for his receiver, number 81. That's Toomey. Again, Alvin Toomey, the junior.
Dave, I'll be curious to see what Coach Kip Jackson does here, seeing how much Gore is keying in on Toomey here offensively. They've obviously mixed in some good running plays here. Coach Tarek Roth of the Broncos trying to keep Merrimack off balance, but I'm really curious to see what Kip Jackson's squad and his coaching staff do in retaliation.
Definitely trying to give the Merrimack defense something to think about as well here. Some of the quarterback sneaks that they've been running. Those are called sneaks going right up the middle. They picked up some good yardage and gains right here. 3rd and 13, that probably takes that play off the menu unless they're thinking about going for it on 4th. Number 5 rolling out to his right, looking deep down the field. He's going to fire right here, missing his receiver. That's well covered by Merrimack nonetheless, as that's going to bring it to 4th and 13.
A little bit of contact there, but it looked incidental.
Probably a good flag not to throw right
100%, totally agree. Always curious, though, what is seen on the field. Obviously, the view there is a little closer than ours, so...
First quarter can always be a great litmus test for seeing, just are the referees going to leave the yellow cloth in their pocket, or are they going to be throwing it all over the field? It looks like here they're going to let them play a little bit downfield, which is what we like to see.
Yeah, just a little bit of hand fighting, I think, between both players. Nothing egregious on either side.
4th and 13 here. Merrimack is opting to go for it. Quarterback with 2 running backs behind him. He's going to look out. Throw a bit high right there to see if Merrimack can tackle him.
We'll see what the spot is there, but it was a well-executed screen pass there.
Well-executed play.
Complete. Tackled by Michaelevich. Turnover on downs.
And Merrimack will take over in downs officially right here. Hey, Ralph. Have you watched Outdoors with Bob?
You know it. Big fan over here.
There is nothing better than watching Outdoors with Bob. The one and only Bob LaRue and the Outdoors with Bob crew travel throughout the state to bring the rest of New Hampshire to your home on Merrimack TV. Check out the Channel 22 schedule at merrimacktv.com. And give some love to Bob. That's a great show. Always love talking about the incredible complement of programming here on Merrimack TV. Quarterback Kyle Crampton rolling out to his left, taking off here. He's got some daylight to go. Nice run right there. Looks like he can pick up about 13 yards and a first down for his Merrimack Tomahawks.
Solid, steady run there. I thought we might see a little Daniel Jones action there, breaking a big play. I would assume, though, Kyle Crampton would keep his feet a little better than Daniel Jones did last night.
Absolutely. I think if there's one thing we've seen about Crampton, his decision-making's been strong all year. He's shown himself to be an incredible athlete in all phases of the game. It's always amazing to think about the amount of work that these young student athletes are putting in day out, not only on the practice field or in the film room, but also in the classroom as well. And as we all know, that is of primary importance here. So a big shout out to these young men, these young student athletes, working hard this fall.
Ball placed at the Tomahawk 20-yard line.
So holding call leading to a 1st and 20 as we kick off the drive again here.
Sometimes when you see those long runs from a broken play like that, you can oftentimes wonder if a flag's going to be thrown for a holding call there. Is Crampton throwing one on a line right there on an out pattern. That pass complete to, I believe, number 4. That's going to be Jake Trahan, senior.
Jake the Snake there out of the slot pulling down that pass.
Trahan has been a major feature of their offense throughout this season thus far. He had a productive game last week, looking to have another productive game this week.
Be second down from the Tomahawk 26-yard line.
Really enjoyed that timing route there. That ball was pretty much on him as he turned, and that's the way you're going to execute a pass like that.
Crampton again surveying the field. Merrimack spreading them out here with only one running back. Next to Crampton. Looking out, he's going to complete that pass out in the flat. That play is going to be blown dead. Not much going right there. Pass complete by number 4. Pass complete to number 4, rather, Jake Trahan. Nice tackle right there. Good gang tackle by Alvirne.
Yeah, it looked like a little more promising initially, but Alvirne really recovered well on that play. Big block in the backfield, too, to pick up the blitzer.
Absolutely. Well covered by Alvirne nonetheless here. It's going to be 3rd and 20. Interesting to see what head coach Kip Jackson will call on this down. he may be more content to play this safely. Yeah, I think Alvirne's going to get caught right there for being off sides. Couldn't tell if an O lineman moved first there or not.
Looks like we're moving forward here with the march. So
And then we'll be facing a 3rd and 15 here from the Merrimack 31-yard line.
Against the Broncos, that'll move the sticks 5 yards. The third and
still a
15
tough,
for the
long
Tomahawks.
3rd down here, but a little bit more manageable when you take those extra 5 yards off the play.
Every little bit helps, that's for sure. And correct that, the ball's on the Merrimack 44. Crampton rolling out to his left, throwing across his body, zips one down the field, almost
Just
completes a
a
pass right there to number
Bit
9.
high.
Just a bit high. That pass intended for Stephen Petz, number 9. The senior defensive back wide receiver combo.
I do like to see the rollout there in a couple straight plays. We did see quite a bit of success from this offense and Jacob Trahan in week 1 against the Bishop Girton Cardinals, rolling out and making those throws downfield. They were there. We'll see if that is a repeat this week.
Yeah, I saw nothing about that play that would lead me to believe that Kip Jackson wouldn't take that shot again. And you can't blame him. You know, Merrimack, when they've been their most successful this season, has been when they've applied some pressure down the field. Crampton certainly has the arm and the accuracy to complete those balls downfield, and they've been able to connect for some touchdowns between him and his receivers and even his running backs throughout the course of this year as Merrimack will have to punt. Kind of a wild snap right there. Nice job bringing that in and getting the kick away cleanly anyways, as that's going to take a Merrimack roll. And that ball, that's officially going to be a tackle at the Alvirne 30-yard line. I'm going to take this opportunity here to shout out our friends at Merrimack TV. And as you all know, the Town of Merrimack's media division is branded as Merrimack TV. Merrimack TV features 3 community television channels funded by way of franchise fees from Merrimack Comcast cable subscribers. Merrimack TV Studios is located in the Town Hall complex where Ralph and I are at tonight at 6 Babusick Lake Road. The media division is managed by Media Services Coordinator Nicholas Lavallee and Assistant Media Services Coordinator, the one and only Justin Slez, the master of the TriCaster, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Slez. As they reach over 8,000 homes, Merrimack TV covers every elected town and school board and features community-based content produced or submitted by residents. Would you like your own show? Email us, merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. You're watching Merrimack TV, your community, your voice.
Flag came in on the play there, Dave. It does look like it's going to be a face mask on Merrimack here. It looked like Gora got turned around a bit on that keeper.
Face masking against the Tomahawks.
Tough break right there for Merrimack. Alvirne definitely going to take advantage of the additional yards that they're going to pick up right there. Have to be careful where you place those hands when you're going in for a tackle. That is for sure.
Yeah, it's the right call to make. You obviously want to put safety at the top of the list here. But definitely just a difficult situation sometimes. Hands can get caught up in spots, especially when a running back is low to the ground there.
Alvirne from the shotgun. Number 23 is man in motion. Snap taken, looking for the wide receiver screen right there. That pass is going to be incomplete. Looked like if he was able to hold on to that, he had a couple of blockers in front of him. Might have been able to spring that for a bit of a gain. But unfortunately for Alvirne, that pass could not be handled right there. As we'll now go to 2nd and 10 here on the Alvirne 47-yard line. Great field position for Alvirne. After a really nice adjustment by the punter to not only field a tough snap, but also get off a good clean kick, driving Alvirne back deep into their own territory. Unfortunately, a face mask call, moving this ball up here to the 47-yard line, followed by an incomplete pass, brings us to 2nd and 10.
Give a little shout out here too, just to Alvirne here. Looks like they're wearing some pink today in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month here in October.
Big run right there by number 5. That's the quarterback. Taking many defenders with him, broke several tackles, taking that run all the way down to the Merrimack 20. Alvirne having some great success. Again, that's quarterback Kyle Gora taking that up the middle for a huge gain.
Alvirne definitely having some success with the quarterback keeper there. Definitely got a pretty good athlete, it looks like, here in Kyle Gora, making some good reads on those designed runs.
I think it can't be understated either, Ralph, that the first few plays of the game that Alvirne came out, they were throwing the ball and throwing the ball downfield with some success. So perhaps the 2nd and 3rd levels of the Merrimack defense trying to respect that pass. And in the meantime, giving up some big chunk plays to Gora on the ground. See how they make these adjustments as we move through the first quarter. as Alvirne moving the ball deep into Merrimack territory.
Hyde with the tackle.
Good adjustment there from Merrimack,
Appeared to be
reading that
busted play.
keeper.
Gain of about a half a yard. Bring up second and a long 9 for the Broncos.
Broncos again opting to remain in the shotgun. I would imagine that will be their modus operandi for the course of tonight's game. Gore with the option pitch right here. Merrimack doing a good job containing that, preventing that run from bouncing outside, flushing that back into the teeth of the defense. Nice tackle right there.
Tackled by Keefe.
Yeah, strong maintaining the edges there from Merrimack, ensuring that run can't get outside for any yardage.
Really nice defense right there. They always say in the running game, Ralph, if you can set the edge, you give yourself a
9
chance.
for the Broncos.
Merrimack doing a great job setting the edge right there. Driving that play right back into the teeth of the defense where the feared Sarge himself, Dylan Sadowski, awaits. Alvirne coming out here on 3rd and 9. In red zone territory here with the ball in the Merrimack 19-yard line. Gore surveying the field, sending his man in motion. Gore looking down the field. Good pursuit by Merrimack. He's going to throw off his back foot. Manages to complete the pass right there. Completes that again to number 81. I believe that is Alvin Tooney, who's had himself a game so far tonight. The wide receiver outside linebacker combination as they continue to move the ball here in the Merrimack defense with relative ease.
Some real chess there on that play between coaching staffs. You had Merrimack notice something in the alignment from Alvirne there and signal for what looked to be a blitz there. Hit some extra rushers. Alvirne was able just to pick it up enough to get a pass off to the one open receiver that Gora had.
Credit to Gora, too, staying in the pocket right there under duress and under pressure. He was able to maintain his poise and his composure and deliver that strike right in the middle of the field to his receiver, Tooney, who's having himself a heck of a game. Gora's going to take this on the keeper. He's going to drive that closer to the goal line. He's going to be a yard or two short here, as it'll be 2nd and goal inside the Merrimack 5-yard line. We'll call it the 2.5.
I start to wonder a little bit, Dave, if some of this perhaps is designed off of some of the film work from last week that Alvirne might have done, noticing that Salem was able to power run a little bit against this defense, looking to see if they'd have the same success. They obviously are designed to move the ball this way, but I wonder how much of that might have impacted their decision to keep the ball on the ground in these key situations.
Could be. I think watching last week's game, they may have seen a weakness in the armor of the Merrimack defense here. Still early in this game, but Gora thus far has been able to have a lot of success keeping the ball on his own and through the air as well. The Gora to Tooney connection has been a very successful and efficient one thus far. As Alvirne's going to take a timeout here in 3rd and goal. Merrimack defense standing tall thus far.
Yeah, Merrimack definitely has one of those defenses that might bend on occasion, but they don't typically break. This is a play I think Kip Jackson will come out of with the right play call. We've seen that a lot coming out of timeouts for Merrimack this season, and the fact that they didn't have to burn one here to potentially line up in the right formation.
Couldn't agree with you more. And one thing I want to call out here too is, as the Merrimack defense is huddled up on the sideline, one of the players brought a drink cart out with him, and I feel like that is something that I need to add to my life. I need someone to bring me a bucket full of Gatorades in a blue cart, as they're going to pull the drink cart away here, ladies and gentlemen. Staying hydrated, getting those electrolytes, as the Merrimack defense comes back out here on 3rd and goal. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. I also want to remind you, too, that this week we have a home game, which means, Ralph, one of my favorite things in the entire world, the return of the world-renowned Merrimack High School Marching Band. They're going to be performing halftime, which is going to be fantastic and incredible. Always love the tradition of the high school halftime performance.
Oh, man. I am looking forward to what they come up with this week. We are not privy to the selections and music. I'm sure maybe those that have heard some practices will see or have some ideas, but we do not have any idea, and we cannot wait to see what they bust out this week.
There is nothing better than the Friday night lights here in Merrimack. The leaves have officially changed. We're just past peak foliage.
Ball looks to be out. Ball is out.
Ball might be out right here.
Looks to be, might have been recovered by Merrimack. It's hard to tell.
See if Merrimack was able to stand tall here.
Tackled by Corbett and company.
Looks like Alvirne will retain possession here on 4th and goal. As I was saying, there's nothing better than these fall traditions.
No, absolutely. I'm excited for Friday night football here under the lights in New Hampshire. We're starting to finally feel the fall weather, although it was fairly warm the last couple of days. The leaves are turning. The leaves are falling. I've got pants on and sweaters and hoodies and all those fun fall traditions and attire.
Even your Ugg boots as the Merrimack defense here. Looks like they're going to stand tall on 4th down. I don't see the referees signaling for a touchdown here, as I believe the Merrimack defense coming through. You were right, Ben, but don't break defense right there. As
Big defensive stand.
Great red zone defense shown by Merrimack, standing tall right there, really shutting down what looked to be a power running game from Alvirne here, particularly on the keepers from Kyle Gore. They were able to shut that down effectively.
It'll be an interesting play call here for Merrimack, as that ball is about as close to the goal line as you can get. And I honestly don't disagree with the play call there from Tarek Roth and these Alvirne Broncos. They've had success moving the ball on the ground, and you take that chance, back Merrimack up, you're going to make them go 99-plus yards.
Crampton in his own end zone is going to have to look for the goal line. That ball's going to be incomplete right there. Not a lot of room to operate.
I had shades of Dan Orlovsky there in the back of the end zone a
Definitely
little bit. But Crampton with much better awareness, able to keep his feet inside the end zone, avoid that safety with some pretty heavy Bronco pressure there.
2nd and 10, Tomahawks.
This will be a real testament and test for this Merrimack Tomahawk offense, as this is not the best of field position.
This is a tough place for them to be right here.
What
Crampton's
a
going to
play.
complete the pass right there to Trahan. Trahan has a lot of daylight in front of him. He is streaking down the sideline. He goes past the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10,
Wow.
5, straight to pay dirt. He could have run that all the way to Litchfield, ladies and gentlemen. Touchdown, Merrimack Tomahawks, as they will pull ahead 6-0.
99-plus yards on the play there. What a pass.
What a dialed-up play right there by Kip Jackson and his crew. Crampton seeing a wide-open senior Jake Trahan taking that 99 yards to pay dirt right there.
If Kip Jackson is the football enthusiast I believe him to be, I think he'd recognize the shades of the New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins there, with Tom Brady to Wes Welker for 98 yards
Worldwide
just a few
Wes.
years back. What a play call to get out there. That's a risky play to throw the ball. You had Trahan in the slot. Jake the Snake slithers it down 99 yards for a touchdown.
Big touchdown right there from Merrimack. I will tell you, what a momentum swing right there. You know, if you watch the first quarter of this game, Alvirne moving the ball effectively. Gore picking up a lot of yards up the middle on the quarterback keepers. He's able to hit his receiver Tooney out in the flats and in the middle of the field for some big gains. It looked like Alvirne was going to march right down and score a touchdown. Merrimack defense stands tall again with a huge stop on 4th and goal. Merrimack takes over with the ball basically on the goal line, on their own goal line. Crampton comes out, buys a little bit of time, and finds a wide open Jake Trahan, who takes that all the way up Route 3 for the touchdown.
Just the perfect amount of touch on that pass, too.
Perfect amount of touch.
Leads Trahan just enough to make the play there. Pretty spectacular to watch there. It's one of those situations where that turnover on downs works very similar to what they call a sudden change situation off a standard turnover, like an interception or fumble. And that's where you see these momentum shifts happen in a lot of football games.
Big momentum swing right there. Couldn't have said it better myself. As Merrimack gets ready to kick off here, just to remind everybody that Merrimack TV is always seeking volunteers to cover school district events, not limited to sports like you're seeing tonight, but we're always looking for camera operators, play-by-play folks like Ralph and I, editors, and if you're interested in seeing more school-based programming on the channels, Merrimack TV staff will train you and loan out equipment at no cost. That's FRW free, ladies and gentlemen. So become involved. Email merrimackTV at merrimacknh.gov. Contact Justin Selez or Nicholas Lavallee, as they would love to have more volunteers, and we'd love to feature more school-related programs. So give those boys a shout-out. They're always a world-class act right here at Merrimack TV.
I just wanted to remind everyone that if you're watching this on Facebook tonight, let us know in the comments. We'll give you a shout-out in tonight's game. we'll be getting those shout-outs to you momentarily, and we'll be having those for you throughout the game. And if you're watching live on Merrimack TV, Channel 21, follow us on Twitter at Merrimack TV and give us a tag in a tweet, and we'll give you a shout.
Didn't interrupt here, Ralph. A lot of pressure right there from the Merrimack defense as they're able to flush Gore out and stop him behind the line of scrimmage as he tried to escape. That was almost worse than it ended up being right there. Gore was able to pick up another 6 or 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage there to save that from being a 10 or a 12-yard loss in the backfield. Good pressure right there by the Merrimack defense. They're starting to look more like the Merrimack we saw against Bishop Girton a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing a team that looks more determined this week and is not letting a tough performance against the Salem Blue Devils stand in their way of getting back on track this week and getting back over 500.
It's amazing what some home cooking in a home game will do for you. Pass out there, right there. That's going to be dropped by number 24. Merrimack is still going for the ball anyways until they heard the whistle. Merrimack was able to pick up a turnover against Bishop Girton a few weeks ago after pursuing a live ball after Girton had given up on it.
Yeah, something I've noticed about Merrimack this entire season is their football IQ. Jacob Eunice there able to pounce on that ball just in case it happened to be thrown backwards, resulting in a fumble. It was instead an incomplete pass, but again, it's a heady play by Merrimack, which has helped them in the past.
That is a testament to Kip Jackson and his coaching staff, ladies and gentlemen. Really a well-coached, well-oiled machine right here. Merrimack looking to stand tall here in 3rd and 13. Alvirne on their own 22. Gora looking out here, looking for the bubble screen. That's going to be caught, and he's going to be taken down well short of the first down. That ball complete to, I believe, Alvin Tooney again.
Trahan and Hyde combined for the tackle of Toomey.
That ball was complete to Alvin Toomey. He's had himself a great game thus far. Merrimack all over that.
The first quarter, Tomahawk 7, Broncos 0.
And that is going to mark the end of the first quarter right there, ladies and gentlemen. Ralph, what are your thoughts so far through a quarter of play?
So you definitely saw a bit of a feeling out process to start the game. You had both teams move the ball a little bit. You had a couple penalties on both sides. Alvirne got some really good field position off of a key face mask penalty that got them marching all the way down to basically the Merrimack goal line, where Merrimack stands tall on 4th down, forcing the turnover, leading to a beautiful 99-plus yard touchdown pass from Crampton to Trahan, thank you. And, you know,
I think Trahan's still running with that ball
he
right
could
now,
be.
actually.
Reminds me a lot of Forrest Gump. I don't know any of you who may have seen that 1994 classic. And
Great kick returner, good foot speed. Later ran across the country 20 years later. Totally fictional character. But that touchdown from Jake Trahan, not fictional whatsoever. Merrimack firing on all cylinders. I got to tell you, you know, Alvirne looked so good for the first half of that first quarter, but, man, that momentum swing on that big goal line stand from the Merrimack defense has really set Merrimack up here nicely. Good back and forth action. Not a lot of scoring thus far, but a lot of excitement in Merrimack with the momentum on their side as we enter the second quarter.
yeah, we've seen some pretty astounding plays thus far this year, but that might have been the best play of the season that I've seen covering Merrimack football. And if that's what we're going to get, and we're just 1 quarter into this game, got 3 more quarters of some fantastic action for you tonight.
Absolutely here. As we're proudly bringing you the action from the comfort of the Merrimack TV studios, although you are watching the live feed at Merrimack High School, a warm night down there. Great night for football, great night for some theatrics through the air as Crampton has connected with Jake Trahan for our only touchdown of the game.
Ooh,
that
that
kick
punt is
was going to be
blocked.
blocked right there. Let's see if Merrimack can pick that up and take it.
There is a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play right there. We'll have to wait and see what that is. Alvirne maybe keeping this football on offense. We'll see.
They may have caught a break there, potentially a roughing the kicker.
Potentially roughing the kicker. Looks like there was a lot of contact on that block. As always, we'll await the referee's official decision and their word here.
Yeah, it's a tough call too to make. It's you got to keep the safety of the punter in mind there.
Absolutely. Safety of these prone and unprotected players is always paramount here.
As Davis said multiple times, they are student athletes, students first, still young men, young
contributors to the community, really, you know, upstanding human beings here that are balancing the demands of an intensive athletic schedule and also maintaining high marks in the classroom through the rigors of their academics at the high school. I don't think we've officially gotten a word here yet on the field as to the ruling.
The ball doesn't seem to have moved yet. but it does look like both teams are bringing their offense and then defense back.
First and goal, Tomahawks.
Looks like the flag was picked up on the play, probably due to the contact that the end touchdown.
That's going to be a touchdown right there. That is number 14, Jacob Bunis, taking it to the house again right here is Merrimack. Through some defensive heroics and some heroics in the special teams game as well right there, able to capitalize on a blocked punt and take that in on their first play from scrimmage of this drive in for the touchdown as they will pull ahead 13-0 over the Alvirne Broncos. Couple of really tough breaks right there for Alvirne.
Yeah, let's give credit, though, to that Merrimack defense and special teams there. So Merrimack kicked off the initial scoring drive with a 4th down stand on the goal line, coming back here, holding Alvirne inside their own 20, and then blocking that kick and recovering the ball, and then punching it in for a touchdown on the next play.
Kick snap nearly mishandled right there. They're able to get that hold down and the kick away cleanly as Merrimack will pull ahead here 14-0 as you hear the sounds of the Merrimack High School Marching Band. We'll hear more from them at halftime. I want to take this opportunity as well to talk about chatting with Janine. Janine Otter interviews politicians and special guests on issues facing New Hampshire. She has the governor on this weekend, and it was his first appearance in the Merrimack TV studio, so make sure you check out the Channel 22 schedule at merrimacktv.com. As always, a shout-out to Janine Otter and the wonderful programming that she provides Merrimack TV. So many amazing programs that are on this channel for this community to check out all week long. So a lot of love to Nicholas and Justin, as always.
Yeah, let's give them a shout-out today. Last week we worked as a 3-man team with myself, Dave, and Nicholas. We've got Justin back this week. Nicholas manning the camera. I'm going to get us some shout-outs over here.
The master of the TriCaster, Justin Slez.
Taking care of us here in the studio.
Absolutely.
Which is good because I don't think I can figure out what any of these buttons do.
I think if we started touching any of these buttons, Ralph, there would no longer be a telecast. So thankfully we have the professionals here as Ralph and I continue to call the action as that kick is going to go.
What's great is we've got the professionals for the technical side of things, but Dave may have experience calling robust robotics events. Myself, no experience. And that's the greatest thing about Merrimack TV. There's no experience required. You want to start a show, you want to get something cooking, talk to your friends, talk to Justin and Nick, and see what you can bring up and put out there.
See what you can make happen right here. Great facility. Amazing professionals, and just want to say thank you to Justin and Nicholas for inviting us back here to announce this regular season game here for Merrimack High. I want to take a minute too, ladies and gentlemen, give a shout out to the Merrimack Cardinals. I just learned that this past Sunday they defeated the Goffstown Grizzlies 20-0. Also want to take this opportunity to shout out young Jackson Malone as well, number 71 on the Cardinals right guard. Really doing a great job clearing the way on the offensive line. I know he's had a great season. I know his buddy Blake's had a great season too. And that entire Merrimack Cardinals team, that's going to be a deep pass. Gore, that pass is going to be complete right there to number 24. Big chunk of yardage picked up right there by Alvirne. But I want to thank those young men on the Merrimack Cardinals team, the little guys out there playing like the big guys. I'm sure someday they're going to be out here under the Friday night lights representing their Merrimack Tomahawks. So I know how they have this week off, and then the week after they're going to have a playoff game. So shout out to the Merrimack Cardinals. Also want to shout out Matt and Amy Malone at home. Hope you guys are well and enjoying tonight's broadcast if you are tuning in. As Alvirne, after that big play, and a holding call in Merrimack as well, it's going to move that ball even more forward here. And that's what Alvirne's going to need here is some breaks. As they're down 14-0. Plenty of time left here in the second quarter.
The way it is going, though, and the way this Merrimack team looks locked in, they might need a few helping hands to get moving forward.
Alvirne with a man in motion. Gora takes the snap, throws it out to his sidelines. That pass is going to fall incomplete to his typically sure-handed receiver, Alvin Toomey. He's been a popular target of Gora this evening. Merrimack defense has given up some some yardage in between the 30-yard lines. But, man, they have really tightened up when it's counted.
And some of that yardage has come from some tremendous play calling from Tarek Roth and the Broncos offense, moving the ball through the air and on the ground with some primarily quarterback keepers. As he looks deep here to Toomey.
Toomey almost picking it up right there.
But Merrimack, as you said, has stood extremely strong where it counts in the red zone, staying more disciplined in that area, which is a huge, huge benefit and is going to be a key to any game, is staying disciplined and staying off the penalty sheet. I was going to say staying out of the box, but that would be hockey, and that has nothing to do with football.
That doesn't have anything to do with football, but hockey season will be upon us soon enough. But for now, it's time to enjoy the pigskin. As Gora takes the snap. Merrimack, we're going to bring a little bit more pressure here. Sending some more blitzers. The flag is going to come out here by the far sideline. In front of the Alvirne bench here. See what the call is. With 11:23 left here in the second quarter.
We have a penalty on the play.
Penalty looks like it's going to be on Merrimack.
Pass interference against the Tomahawks.
It's going to be a pass interference call right there. Merrimack defense has been penalty prone this evening. We'll see if Alvirne is able to capitalize here.
Tough call from up here. It's hard to see when the defender got there on the play. Extremely, extremely close, but that referee was right on top of that.
Right on top of that, we'll trust his judgment there. As painful as it is being Tomahawks fans.
The Tomahawks 17-yard line.
Merrimack showing blitz here. Gora stepping back, looking down the field, firing. That ball is going to be tipped away by number 11.
Porter, the intended receiver. Ball falls incomplete. Michaelovich on the defense.
Number 11, Michaelovich, which with the play defensively there.
From the Tomahawk 17-yard line.
Gora looking to his sideline. That pass is going to be complete. Trying to drag a defender forward. Nice little pitch and catch right there out of Alvirne.
And Hyde on the tackle. Porter on the reception.
Dave, do you ever take a look at the yellow outline of the soccer field and think that's the yellow line marking a first down on your screen?
You know, I think I'm so accustomed to watching the NFL on Sundays and seeing all the fancy graphics that I have looked at the yellow line painted on there from the soccer field and thought to myself, wow, first down. When that is actually not true at all.
Not far from one, but
Not far from one indeed, as Gora is going to take that on the keeper. It's going to be brought down after a 4-yard gain, approximately speaking.
Gora with the keeper. Gain of about a yard on the play.
Alvirne driving here in the backs of some penalties from Merrimack, taking advantage there.
it's another big play, Dave. We're going to look to see if this Merrimack defense can stay stout, as Alvirne again will stay on the field, knowing that threes won't cut it tonight. They need 7.
They're going to need to get some touchdowns up on the board indeed here. You have to figure on a 4th and 2. Head coach Tarek Roth probably thinking of calling Gore's number here. Maybe a short pass out to Alvin Toomey, his star receiver. We'll see what Alvirne goes with here.
Again, I still like the call. They know they need 7, so regardless of what happens here, and the pass
That ball is
is
going to be
picked.
picked off right there in a tip. Looks like Trahan might have got a hand on that ball.
Michaelovich pulls it down. It's one of those plays, instinct kicks right in, and you make that interception when potentially it might have been better to let that ball hit the ground, get the ball maybe 5 or 6 yards forward, but
You say that, but how's Kyle Crampton going to throw for 500 yards if they're not starting 99-yard drives?
fact.
They moved that ball very effectively last time here. But indeed, this is going to be some tough field position right here for Merrimack. It'll be interesting to see what they go back to here if Alvirne tries to sell it again. They were obviously able to find a weakness in the defense on their last drive in that very long touchdown pass. Crampton to Trahan, the speedster. Back to Trahan right here. He's going to catch that out in the flat. Nice run. Taking a tackler, would-be tackler with him right there as they're going to move that ball out and up ahead for first down. Giving them some more breathing room here, getting out of their own end.
Yeah, big first down. Gets back that yardage and more that they lost with the interception. And, hey, who doesn't want to see an interception? I mean, way more exciting than
turnovers are always an
pass.
exciting part of the game, especially ones that come off of tip passes. And Merrimack very active on that fourth down play coming through. As Crampton's going to take a high snap right here. Alvirne sending some pressure. He's going to complete that pass. Can't quite tell who that ball's out to, but it's a nice pitch and catch right there. He's going to run that right up the left hash mark. That's number 21. Pardon me, I believe that was number 23, Declan Covell. Couldn't tell if that was Covell or Morse on that ball. Nonetheless, Merrimack here drive with 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. Hand off to Trahan. He's going to go up the middle. A lot of room to run right there, as they are really starting to find some holes in this Alvirne defense, really weakening them, attacking them at all levels here. Both passes down the field, good mix of runs, inside power runs and traps. And now they're marching towards midfield here in a drive that started deep within their own territory.
Very strong complementary football thus far from Merrimack, offensively, defensively, and in special teams. You've got a blocked punt, you've got an interception, you've got fourth down stands in the goal line, and then you've got, like you said, some very dynamic offense, including a 99-yard touchdown pass from Crampton to Bunis. Excuse me, Crampton to Trahan. Bunis with the other touchdown run.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the Town of Merrimack's media division is branded as Merrimack TV. Merrimack TV features 3 community television channels funded by way of franchise fees from Merrimack Comcast cable subscribers. Merrimack TV studio is located in the Town Hall complex at 6 Babusick Lake Road. The media division is managed by Media Services Coordinator Nicholas Valley and Assistant Media Services Coordinator Justin Sledge. Reaching over 8,000 homes, Merrimack TV covers every elected town and school board and features community-based content produced or submitted by you, the residents. Would you like your own show? Email us, merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. You're watching Merrimack TV, your community, your voice. As Merrimack coming out here at midfield, roughly midfield here. We'll call it their own 47-yard line. Moving the ball here very effectively, combination through the ground and through the air.
Definitely much closer to the Merrimack offense we saw week 1 against
Crampton
Bishop
pressured right
Irving.
here, trying to get rid of it. Can't tell if that pass was caught or not.
Looks like Trahan might have pulled that in.
May have pulled that in right there. Again, don't let that yellow line fool you. That is from the soccer field and not a broadcasted first down marker. Because according to the scoreboard here, it says 3rd and 2, but by the looks of it, I'd call it 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it looks a little bit closer to 4 there, maybe a long 3. I think we're getting some official conversation here to decide where exactly that mark will be.
Where the spot of the ball would be at. We'll call it 3rd and change.
Close to 5. It's a good thing I can count with this abacus I have here.
That handoff going to Trahan, successful. Is going to bounce that off tackle for a nice gain right there. Nearly a 10-yard pickup on the play.
Could have been 3rd, and it doesn't matter at that point. Trahan picks it up. Jake the Snake there.
If you're Alvirne and you're playing defense, what do you do right now? Merrimack, very successful throwing the ball through the air. They're successful handing the ball off.
I think your goal is to get into the locker room with the score no worse than the 14-0 it is now. Give yourself a chance to kind of reassess what's gone well, what hasn't, and, enact those changes. But I think the goal has to be keep Merrimack out of the end zone and go from there.
Bring up 3rd and 13 for the Tomahawks.
3rd and 13 as that play goes backwards. Didn't see a flag there. Crampton's looking deep anyways. That is going to be picked off by Alvirne. That ball thrown up for grabs right there, leading his receiver just a little bit too deep as Alvirne is going to notch one on the turnover sheet right here.
To be fair, though, let's give some credit to the fact that's going to function a lot like a punt.
It will function a lot like the punt right there. You know, in 3rd and 13, Coach Kip Jackson probably seeing something that he likes down the field. He's going to take a chance. It's worked out for them before when they threw that 99-yard touchdown pass. And that long interception, based on where their field position was, functions just like a punt. So not the end of the world right there, but I'm sure Crampton would still like to have that one back.
Certainly.
Nonetheless, you know quarterbacks don't like to have INTs on the stat sheet.
You definitely want to clean that up a little bit, but knowing Crampton's ability, he's going to have a short memory here and make a big play next time he's out there on the field.
That pass out towards the sideline is going to be incomplete.
Perullo, the intended receiver.
Again, I want to remind everybody, at halftime, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a fantastic performance by the very talented Merrimack High School Marching Band. They are back this week, ladies and gentlemen. If you tuned in last week, we did not have the pleasure of seeing a halftime performance, as it was a road game for the Tomahawks. Deep ball right here from Gore. He's going to find his man wide open. That's number 24. He's going to take that one down the sidelines back to the Merrimack 25-yard line. That looks like it was Jeffrey Nichols on the catch.
Porter with the reception. Goro with a big pass completion. The 1st and 10 Alvirne, starting from the Tomahawk 29-yard line.
Under 8 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. I'd like to issue a correction right there. That long pass, I believe, was complete to number 24, Andrew Porter.
To Perullo. Loss of 3 on the play.
Gora back here in the shotgun on 2nd and 2 from the Merrimack 32-yard line. Gora looking down the field, firing one up. He had a man open. That one's going to sail out of bounds.
Gora's pass.
Couple big pass plays, though, from Alvirne here. Looking to really answer back. Dave, you'd asked me earlier when I thought about Alvirne and what they needed to do to get back into this game. And I said just try to get into the half, not down any more points. But that's not what Tarek Roth and this Alvirne coaching staff wants to do. They're going to be aggressive. They're looking to make some plays here, and they're letting Gora sling the ball a little bit right now.
Man in motion right here. Gora looking to his left. Feeling some pressure right there, firing downfield. That ball is going to be picked off by Merrimack. He's going to have a lot of real estate in front of him and pick up some blocks. He's going to be brought down at the Merrimack 37 or 38-yard line right there. Another turnover in this ball game.
Tackled by Montgomery. 1st and 10 Tomahawks.
Tomahawks are going to take over on offense here with 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in the second quarter.
7-yard line.
Really exciting game here thus far. Alvirne, they've been able to move the ball effectively, but once they've reached the red zone, they have really had a hard time handling the Merrimack defense. That's going to be a handoff to Trahan right here as he is having himself a heck of a ball game as he's going to break that out towards the sideline, pushed out of bounds near the Alvirne 30-yard line. A huge run right there. A lot of success for Trahan running to the left side of that Alvirne defense right there. Well done.
It's one of those days, Dave, where it looks like Alvirne's going to try to contain him, but they're not going to be able to stop him.
Certainly not. They're going to really have to lock down that edge. Crampton. Nice high percentage pass right here to number 23. He's going to be tackled inside the 25, near the 20-yard line.
Tackled by Perullo.
That's going to be number 23, Declan Covell, who had a nice week last week as well. Fast break offense out of Merrimack right here, opting not to huddle, bringing him back to the line of scrimmage quickly, trying to tire out. That Alvirne defense, hand off to Trahan again. Man, he has had a lot of real estate to run through tonight, Ralph. I think you and I can make it through that hole.
You definitely, me, it'd be close, but it's a pretty big hole.
Ralph, I would say that you're more of a power runner anyway, so if you had to take a couple of tacklers with you, you'd take them right to the end zone.
It's interesting. I always consider myself
Pass
a
is going
finesse
to be
runner.
complete right there to Trahan. I believe that's Trahan. He's going to take that into the end zone. Little halfback swing right there for those playing Madden 21 at home. Touchdown pass as Merrimack is going to go home, or go ahead rather, at home 20-0 as they're going to bring out their kicking unit to attempt point after.
If this was a Madden game, Dave, we'd be looking at a statistical adjustment for Jacob Trahan going into tomorrow, as this guy's got to be a 99 after the game he's going.
Especially a 99 on the speed, the 99 club, ladies and gentlemen. Can't forget quarterback Kyle Crampton either. That pass accuracy right around a 98 or a 99, really effective on his feet. As Merrimack's going to pull ahead here, 21-0 here in the second quarter with 5:53 remaining. If I was playing Madden and I was playing as Alvirne, I probably would have thrown the controller by now. Alvirne with some tough breaks thus far. They've been able to move the ball effectively. Kyle Gora connecting with Alvin Toomey on several pass plays. Gora even able to keep it himself and pick up some good rushing yardage right up the guts on the Merrimack defense. But really, since the 4-minute mark of the first quarter, Merrimack has adjusted well, forcing a couple turnovers on down, blocking a punt as well. Merrimack really making the necessary adjustments here, but Alvirne has played well up to this point.
Yeah, I just want to point out, we may see a score 21 on the board right now from Merrimack, and that definitely indicates a strong performance offensively. But let's remember that the momentum really took a turn with that fourth down stand on the goal line by the Merrimack defense. Those boys came up big. That led to the 99-yard touchdown, and the rest thus far has been a complimentary football game between all three phases.
Merrimack here to kick it off, and again, we talked about that momentum shift, and we asked the question, that stop on fourth down, was that going to swing momentum? And then next thing you know, Merrimack comes out, they run one play, they don't get anything. Next play, 99-yard hook up to Jake Trahan for the long, electric touchdown pass right there. As Merrimack going to tackle the ball carrier right about the 23-yard line, we'll call it here, for Alvirne, as they will take over on downs with 5:45 left here in the second quarter. Merrimack ahead by 3 touchdowns. Ahead comfortably right here, protecting their houses, they say, really taking advantage of home field.
Home game's always important. You get a little bit of extra juice from them. You know, we learned last week that away fans aren't able to travel for games, so we're just getting to see the home fans here. So I think it's really great that you got a bunch of fans in the stands there at Merrimack, and then watching here on Merrimack TV and online. So it's great to see. These boys work really hard, and they deserve it.
Gora looking deep down the field right there. That ball nearly picked off. He had the coverage he was looking for, just couldn't quite drive that ball deep enough to number 24. Good coverage right there by Merrimack, almost coming up with that ball. Want to take a minute, want to shout out Mindy Butler, who says she can't wait for the halftime show. Want to also shout out Julie French, who says, go Tomahawks, and Carrie DeRosa, an Alvirne fan tuning in tonight, saying, go Alvirne. Thank you to all those that are watching at home. We're doing our best to keep up with the comments tonight. If you don't hear one from us, we do apologize, but we do thank you for tuning in here and supporting Tomahawks Nation as you are watching Merrimack High Tomahawks football under the Friday Night Lights, coming to you live and in living color here on Merrimack TV, emanating from Merrimack High School.
It's pretty exciting to see, though, that we're getting a lot from both fan bases here that we'll be able to shout out in a little bit. It's definitely exciting to see the investment from both sides of the ball here.
I also want to take a moment here, too, to give a big thank you to Adam McCune, who is watching in Goffstown. He says he's rooting for Dave.
I don't think you can win or lose this, Dave, so that's...
I don't think I can. I think we're all winners tonight. There is nothing better than sitting in the TV studio here, comfortably watching an awesome football game here, watching these student-athletes compete as Merrimack swallows that play up.
I mean, I guess I lost because no one's rooting for me, but...
Ralph,
you know.
I'm rooting for you every day. Again, Ralph and I, it has been an unbelievable honor and pleasure here to cover the games for Merrimack High this particular season. We are friends of Merrimack TV, and we were asked, earlier in the season if we could come and volunteer and if we'd be willing to do it. And it has really been very exciting. We've heard a lot of positive feedback from the community on the broadcast of these games. So really, for all those of you at home that have had kind comments or that have enjoyed these telecasts, we thank you for your feedback, and we really hope that you enjoyed tonight's game, that you've enjoyed the other broadcasts as well. It's really been an honor and a pleasure to bring you this action thus far this season.
I would tell Dave to not speak for me, but he did so eloquently, and I do agree. So,
well, Ralph, I appreciate the confidence right there as Gora stepping back to throw. Long pass right there, just off the fingertips of number 84. That is going to be Cody Crossland, the senior tight end.
Graham, the intended receiver.
Crossland, a big target right there, almost bringing that one in.
Chased down by Bunis.
I want to throw out this next shout out here to Marianne, who's watching in Amherst, New Hampshire, and not sure who she's cheering for. I want to let you in on a little secret. Ralph here is a 2002 graduate of Alvirne High School, but I bleed blue these days, my friends. So I want to know, Marianne, who you're cheering for, but if you want to know who Ralph's cheering for, it's definitely Big Blue and the Merrimack Tomahawks.
Love it.
Bring up an automatic first down for the Broncos. Starting from their 44-yard line.
Gora back in the shotgun here. Running back hanging out to his right. Gora looking back. Merrimack with some good pressure right there, forcing Gora to move. He's going to try to make something happen here as he's flushed out, but he's going to turn this into a positive gain. Good pursuit right there by the Merrimack defense, but Gora again showing himself to be an elusive runner.
Yeah, Gora's extremely shifty out there. Very athletic player. He's also a wrestler. Someone with a lot of skill there at the quarterback position. But we've seen this a little bit tonight where Merrimack has allowed some yardage between the 20s and really clamped down as they've gotten their opponent on their side of the ball.
It's a very Belichickian philosophy of defense, I would say, especially if you remember some of those late 2000s Patriots teams. They would give up some yards, but they would really clamp down in the red zone. They were good at generating turnovers in that regard. I mean, Merrimack has very much mimicked that here.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game to play, though. It can work out well. It can be a little bit dangerous.
Deep pass right there. That one, let's see if they call that complete. They are going to call that out of bounds.
Tough
That's going to be an
break there for
incomplete pass right
Alvirne.
there. Got to watch your feet right there. Almost threading the needle. Those deep sideline passes are not easy to complete.
Now, again, the official right there then to make the right call. Again, harder for us to see from this angle. Great pass, great catch. Just missing the necessary adjustment to make that play.
It's a little different than when you're trying to thread the fly route down the street next to the Buick versus trying to stay in bounds, Nice throw nonetheless right there. Good to see Alvirne taking those shots still downfield. Tarek Roth and company should feel confident to take those shots down there. They've had them thus far, but Merrimack again sending the extra rushers. Gora taking off. He's going to find some daylight here. He's inside the 20, the 10, and he's going to be tackled just short of the Alvirne 6-yard line right there, brought down by number 45. Pardon me, I believe he was tackled by Keefe on that play. Alvirne taking a timeout here with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left. Again, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a performance by the Merrimack High School Marching Band as they will be entertaining you, regaling you with the great tradition of the High School Marching Band halftime show. You can hear them playing in the background right now, warming up for that halftime show.
Hey, Dave, I think this would be a really great time to send out a couple more shout-outs. We've got Bob Chamberlain in his garage watching the game.
Bob, love it. You watching the game in the garage, hanging out in the man cave.
Mark Palamas says, let's go Tomahawks.
Let's go Tomahawks indeed. Thank you for that love, Palamas.
And because we're fair and balanced here, Jennifer Mitchell saying, let's go number 84 in the Alvirne Broncos.
All right, let's go number 84 in the Alvirne Broncos. Great to hear from all of our fans out there tonight. Want to thank the folks from Alvirne that are joining us as well. Friendly rivalries here. At number 84, that's Brendan Graham.
The first and goal Broncos. Ball just outside the 7-yard line.
Gora in the shotgun here, surveying the field. Blitzer is able to release free right there, pressuring Gora, making him speed up that timing throw.
Looks like the Sarge there getting the pressure.
A lot of pressure going on right there.
By Sadowski. Pass incomplete.
Also, just want to take a moment here too, ladies and gentlemen. If you're commenting on our Facebook page, we just ask very kindly, very politely, please keep the language positive. Our crew that's helped us covering the game tonight is multitasking, so coverage like this is a first for Merrimack. And if you'd like to volunteer to run a camera or to record another game, please email merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. So again, if you're in the comments thread tonight, we appreciate if you guys can keep that positive, keep the language positive. Justin and Nicholas here working really, really hard to produce tonight's telecast and bring this to you. So again, if you'd love to volunteer, and we are always looking for volunteers here at Merrimack TV, whether it's to run a camera, to record another game, email merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. Say hello to Nicholas and Justin. Stop by Town Hall, talk to them. This is an incredible facility, and it's always a really great way to stay busy and get involved by broadcasting the events that are going on all throughout the community here as Alvirne here on to attempt the point after.
Got a couple real big shout-outs to make here. First of all, let's get one from Kate Olette, who's watching from Pelham, cheering on Alvirne, and more specifically, number 5, Kyle Gora, their quarterback. And I think it's a great time to put that shout-out as they just marched down for their first touchdown of the game. But here's the one I really want to get out there right now. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, a big birthday shout-out from the grandparents to the one, the only, Sarge Dylan Sadowski. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Dylan. We gave you the nickname the Sarge, even though we've never met you, mostly because you lay down the law at the line of scrimmage. Happy birthday. Enjoy this next trip around the sun. May it be the best one for you yet. And a big shout out to your grandparents, who obviously love you very much. They were commenting on last week's broadcast. It was great to hear from them all the way out in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we wish them nothing but the best here as Alvirne preparing to kick off after scoring that touchdown. Alvirne bouncing back here a bit. You know, they've been able to move the football. They've really run into the teeth of the Merrimack defense here inside the 20-yard line. Right there, they're able to come away with a score. So this one far from over. Merrimack looking strong, but Alvirne a couple scores away here from really crawling back into this one.
Yeah, Dave, that 21-0 score was a bit tough there for Alvirne. I had said to you before that the goal would be to kind of keep this at 14 or less going into the half, and smart play from Merrimack. They let that go out for the legal procedure penalty. That'll give them the ball further up. But Alvirne did bounce back and get that score, keeping it within 2 touchdowns. I think if you can hold Merrimack now.
And that drive was mostly the Kyle Gora show, too, opting to keep that. You know, several of those plays were called passes where he felt the pressure, he felt the rush. He was able to use his escapability, turn those legs upfield, and was able to get some real big positive chunk plays on the ground.
Sure, it's been a pretty big battle up front. Merrimack's getting a pretty strong push, but Alvirne is keeping a bit of a pocket that's allowing Gora to see downfield when he doesn't have an open passer and make a play there.
Trahan in motion right there. They fake the handoff, opting instead to give it up to Jacob Bunis right there, his partner in crime. A flag's going to fly right there. It could be a holding call. We'll see.
Gain of about 9. Montgomery on the tackle.
We've got Michelle Fizak watching again from Westfield, New Jersey. We've got Grand Rapids and Westfield, tuning in again today. Thank you so much for watching your friends and family here at Merrimack TV and your Merrimack Tomahawks. This is awesome to see so much support. And even for the Alvirne Broncos here, what a great opportunity for those away fans to also catch this game through Merrimack TV. So not only providing a service to the citizens of Merrimack, but also to those here in southern New Hampshire.
For sure. Tomahawk Nation very well represented as Crampton here taking over in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Looking for Bunis right there. Alvirne defense almost stepped up and picked that one off. Potentially dangerous throw right there with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Second down, Tomahawks.
See what Merrimack opts to do here on 2nd and 15. Ball on their own 31-yard line. Trahan, the man in motion. Flags are going to fly right here.
Looks like it's on the Broncos.
That is, in fact, going to be an offsides on the Broncos. That ball is going to come up here. 5 yards. Should be 2nd and 10 here for Merrimack. Now on their own 36-yard line.
Broncos fans sending out some shout-outs here. Siobhan Gora saying, let's go Broncos, trying to push this Broncos team to make a big stop before the half. And one more shout-out from Luann Johnson, watching her grandson, Brett Michalczyk, number 11, who does have an interception today.
Deep throw like there by Crampton. Looking deep, nobody home there, unfortunately.
Crampton's pass attempt to Covell.
It's like a little miscommunication there between quarterback and receiver, which is pretty rare for this Merrimack offense.
A rare misfire indeed there. Merrimack here, 3rd and long on their 36-yard line here. Trahan in motion. Hand off to Trahan going left. He's had a lot of success running in this direction. And he's going to churn up some serious yardage right there, bring it towards midfield. 11-yard gain. That's going to produce a Merrimack Tomahawks first down here as we're inside of 3 minutes in the first half.
First and 10 from
Ball on the Merrimack 47-yard line. Crampton throwing deep. Laser of a pass right there. That pass is going to be complete.
Gets
number
that
23.
off while getting hit from the blind side
Great
there.
pocket presence right there. That's Declan Covell picking up that reception.
tackle by Porter. Big gain on the play. Good enough for a tomahawk.
Oh, that Merrimack Tomahawk crowd's getting lively out there.
They are getting lively right there as Covell again with the ball, taking that deep in Alvirne territory, inside the Alvirne red zone.
Covell with the carry. Flag on the play. And we have an injured Bronco as well.
Got a player down and a flag on the play right here. We'll have to see. First, we hope the player is okay. Second, we'll see who the penalty is against here. Looked like it was number 17. He is back up on his feet. Back down again here. Penalty is going to go against Merrimack.
Penalties against assessed against the Tomahawks.
Number 17 walking off the field here under his own power. Good to see that.
It's Bryant Montgomery
That is
there.
Bryant Montgomery. He's had a great game here thus far.
The first and
Both
10
sides of the ball.
from their 44-yard line.
It's definitely a helpful penalty there for the Broncos. We'll see if Merrimack can recoup those yards.
First and 10 Tomahawks.
Tomahawks here with the ball on the 44-yard line. Kyle Crampton, the junior quarterback, coming out from the shotgun. Looking to his left, firing down the field. The pass was going to be complete to number 21. He couldn't quite hang on with the Alvirne defensive back there, breaking up that pass at the point of contact. Good coverage right there. Good physical coverage by Merrimack. Little of the bump and run, as they say.
Absolutely getting the body in there, breaking that pass up. Reminds me a little bit of those hit whoever comes out of the backfield or out of the wide receiver spot as hard as you can, reminiscent of that 2001 Patriots defense against Marshall Faulk.
Before
in the
they
Super
changed
Bowl.
all the pass interference rules in the NFL.
Well, when you're
It's
that good.
Absolutely. Trahan here in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him going left. Pass is complete down the middle of the field. That pass complete to number 23, Declan Covell. Big chunk of yardage picked up right there. They are deep in Alvirne territory here and threatening to score with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left here on the clock.
Yeah, plenty of time to put another score on the board, get this lead back up to potentially 21 points.
Crampton again looking down the field. Had a man looking again for Trahan. He's been a popular target here tonight. That one just a bit overthrown.
Just out of his reach.
2nd and 10 here on the Alvirne 20-yard line.
2nd and 10, Tomahawks.
It's going to stop the clock before the 2-minute warning.
Nice
Played
one
it.
from Bunis up the middle there.
Really nice run from Bunis right there. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Allen. Gain of
Which doesn't exist in high school
It
football,
doesn't
Dave.
exist in high school football.
3rd and 5, Tomahawks.
But the statement, a 2-minute warning, believe still holds true. Just none of the rules and procedures that go with that. Because the clock does not stop dead there.
Trahan on the carry.
Hey, if you can't have fun doing this, why do it at all, right?
Absolutely.
Brought down by Graham.
Hopefully Nicholas and Justin don't fire me for my play-by-play role this evening. Get a copy of the NHIAA rules. Brush up on those. Pressure right there from Alvirne. Pass is still going to be complete right there to Trahan.
Make a little something out of nothing at all right there.
Absolutely, as Trahan's going to be tackled down at the 15-yard line.
To Trahan. Tackled by Gora.
4th down and 5. Imagine Merrimack will send out the kicking unit here potentially.
1st and 10, Broncos.
Pardon me, that's going to be a turnover and downs, it appears.
15-yard line. Toomey, the intended receiver.
Looking for Toomey deep right there with 1 minute and 11 seconds left. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have an amazing halftime performance coming to you from the Merrimack High School Marching Band. Very excited to have them take the field and perform for you all here.
Dave,
At
any
halftime.
guesses to what they might be playing today?
Oh, man, I hope I just hear some Phil Collins. That's it. I just want some Phil Collins in my life.
I don't know. I'm kind of feeling Fast Car by Tracy Chapman maybe tonight. I'm not sure.
That's an obscure reference, but a wonderful one nonetheless, Ralph. You know what? I think whatever they play, it's going to sound wonderful, and I'm going to be very excited for it no matter
Ooh,
what. You
maybe-
can't beat a marching band in middle of October, some high school football. You see the band over.
Wonderful. Like maybe a little wonderful tonight. Some Eric Clapton in the mix
Could be
tonight?
a little Eric
Ooh.
Clapton in the mix tonight.
What are we going to get? If it's a little Clapton medley, I wouldn't mind a little Layla out there, hearing that marching band style.
We sound like we're a couple of DJs on WDAD, Dad Rock Radio, even though neither one of us are dads. And a shout out to all the dads out there that love Phil Collins and Eric Clapton. We do as well, and we definitely love the Merrimack High Marching Band. And they will be taking the field here shortly, as it is now 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I feel like I'm dating myself a bit, but I'm not as old as I would venture to be based on the music selections I've been throwing out there. I'm old enough.
Hey, taste is ageless, as they say. Both teams here huddling up on the sidelines, planning out what they're going to do here at the last minute and 11 of the half. Been all Merrimack really on the scoreboard. Alvirne, though, doing a good job moving the ball. A couple of critical turnovers, a turnover on downs on 4th and goal, a block punt, a pick. Some really great plays out of the Merrimack defense and special teams unit. And Merrimack really capitalizing on those mistakes as well. Junior quarterback Kyle Crampton has looked sharp thus far. Jake Trahan with the long 99-yard touchdown pass. As Gora here taking the snap, looking deep. That ball is going to be caught right there by number 24.
Porter with the reception. Covell with the
That's going to be number 24, Andrew Porter, I believe, bringing that ball home. Big target out there, jumping up there to go get that over the shorter defensive back.
Yeah, definitely making some athletic plays there on offense.
Gore again looking down the field. That pass is going to fall incomplete. Looking down the sideline at number 23.
Gore's pass attempt falls out of bounds.
So that's for Kylo Ferrullo.
Intended for one of the Ferrulos.
Again, as always, ladies and gentlemen, Merrimack TV is seeking volunteers to cover school district events, not limited just to sports, but they're looking for camera operators, play-by-play people, editors, and if you're interested in seeing more school-based programming on the channels, Merrimack
Ball's
TV
out.
staff, there's a ball is out right there. Appears Merrimack's going to take over here with some time left on the clock in some really favorable field position.
Gore looks to be shaking up a little bit on the play. Let's hope he's all right.
Let's hope he is all right. But again, the Merrimack TV staff will train you, loan on equipment to you at no cost. So become involved here. Email merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. Be sure to contact Justin or Nicholas as they'd love to have more volunteers, and we'd like to feature more school-related programming on the channels. So just want to say thank you again to Justin and Nicholas and the Merrimack TV boys. As we're about to wrap up a very exciting first half.
As we do so, just another quick mention. That tackle and fumble forced by the birthday boy himself, the Sarge, Dylan Sadowski.
Laying down the law again. He's had a great campaign this season. Really been a force to be reckoned with on both sides of the ball. No surprise that he is bringing that high motor and compete level of game to the game tonight.
Absolutely. Good to see Gora walk off on under his own volition there. Hopefully we'll see him back in the second half.
Hopefully so, as you never like to see anybody have to miss any extended time due to an injury, so we wish him well here. With 48 seconds left here in the second quarter, Merrimack off that turnover, really favorable field position.
It'll be interesting to see what happens as both teams have really kind of tightened up defensively over the last
Crampton
couple minutes.
throwing deep right there.
Crampton's pass attempt batted down.
The ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage by the Alvirne pass rush. One of the few times they've really made Crampton uncomfortable this evening. Disrupting his throwing lanes right there with 44 seconds left in the half. That ball is going to be handed off to number 23, Declan Covell. Looking for some running room right there. Bunis with some great blocks out in front of him. Looks like Bunis was moving two guys by himself right there as Covell is able to find some running room as he brings it closer to the Alvirne 20-yard line with 34 seconds left.
Had some great blocking from the wide receiver position there, absolutely.
Usually whenever you see a run spring for more than 10 yards, you know that there is a receiver out there somewhere that's going to get some credit in the film room that week, but maybe not during the game for some unheralded blocking. And right there, Bunis did a great job really taking his defender up the field. And a really nice run like there by Declan Covell, who's been certainly been a factor on offense in this game thus far.
Third and 4 Tomahawks from the Broncos' 37-yard line. 27-yard line.
Let's see what head coach Kip Jackson and this Kyle Crampton-led offense will dial up here with 34 seconds left. Crampton from the gun. Pass is complete right there. He's got some blockers in front. Good tackle right there.
Morris with the reception.
Quite a battle going on.
Tackle.
Number 21 trying to break free right there.
Good enough for a Tomahawk.
It's Ryder Morse.
Tomahawks will take a timeout there.
The Broncos' 22-yard line. And we have a timeout on the field.
Smart timeout. Given their proximity to the end zone and the amount of time left in the half, they're going to be able to run a couple of plays here. It'll be interesting to see which direction Kip Jackson goes here. Those handoffs going to Trahan going left have been very successful thus far. Bunis has had some good gains up the middle as well. Declan Covell, not to be outdone, has picked up some big chunks of yardage, particularly on this drive. Be interesting to see if they go to the air or if they're going to hand off here. I would say that the whole playbook is open to them based on the way they've been able to move the ball here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, you got first down, you got a couple shots at the end zone here. You can really do a little bit of anything as long as you keep it in the air. Very exciting here to see the Merrimack Tomahawk Marching Band lining up and warming up along the sidelines there. I am on pins and needles waiting to see what they're going to bust out for their renditions today.
Crampton rolling to his right here. He's got some time. Looking down the field, pass is going to be complete right there to number 9, Stephen Petz. I believe that is his second catch of the evening.
Petz had a pretty solid game last week. A couple of key pass receptions last week against Salem.
Good to see him continuing that momentum here. As Crampton's done a great job spreading the ball around. I've counted at least 4 different receivers that he has been able to hook up with here in the first half.
Looking a little like early 2000s Tom Brady. Not so much the Brady that locks in on receivers, but the one that would spread the ball to the open receiver.
The guy distributing the ball right here. Lofting that one in the back of the end zone, almost able to connect right there with number 9. Again, that's Stephen Petz. Looking to go right back to Petz right there.
Second and goal, Tomahawks.
Crampton from the shotgun. He's got Bunis in the backfield with him here. Crampton's going to roll out to his left. And he is going to be forced out of bounds. 6 seconds remaining here on the clock.
Forced out of bounds by Ferrullo.
You've really got a plethora of options here. It's only 6 seconds, so it's one play, but you've got up your best play here. You have a chance to really make an impact on the scoreboard going into the half.
Even if they only add 3 right here, you have to figure Merrimack's going to feel really good after that turnover deep in Alvirne territory to put some more points up on the board here. They're
I don't
fully
think
in
they're
control.
going to add 3 or attempt to add 3.
Well, let's not jinx them here, Ralph, as we will knock on wood for all of Tomahawks Nation. Kick is up, away. No jinx there, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to split the uprights and be good, as Merrimack will pull ahead 24 to Alvirne 7. That field goal coming on the heels rather of a turnover from the Alvirne Broncos. Merrimack able to move that ball downfield and take 3, as they will happily go into the half here with a 3-touchdown lead over the Alvirne Broncos. Merrimack looking to rebound after a tough loss to the power running game of the Salem Blue Devils last week. And thus far, they look like they're on the road to redemption here at home, as they have a commanding lead over the Alvirne Broncos, as they will prepare to kick off here. And then I imagine this game will go to halftime.
Lopez on to kick off for the Tomahawks. Ferrullo on to receive for the Broncos.
Comes Merrimack with the kickoff to Alvirne. Little squib kick right there, going to force Alvirne to field it. Make them eat up some time here. They can't field it cleanly. Let's see who is going to come up with the football on top of that pig pile.
It's like Merrimack has it, although it looks like we're going to be...
They may be out of time here. Might not matter.
Cody Keefe on the recovery, but that ends the half.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to take us to halftime as your Merrimack Tomahawks lead the Alvirne Broncos 24-7. Ralph, a great first half of football right here. Great back and forth plays, capped off really by a long, exciting 99-yard touchdown pass to Jake Trahan. What were your thoughts here just watching this first half?
Really, really impressed with the bounce-back effort here from Merrimack as a whole. All 3 units looking very solid. Only 1 touchdown given up on the defensive side of the ball. some movement allowed between the 20s, but nothing really inside the red zone. They've got a blocked punt. They've got 2 interceptions. And I'm going to turn this right over to our Marching Tomahawk Band.
Great insights right there, Ralph. Couldn't agree with you more. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to turn it over here to the Merrimack High School Marching Band. Enjoy the halftime show. And again, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Merrimack TV, your community, your voice. Enjoy halftime.
Is led on the field by senior drum majors Amber Lyons and Rohan Srinivasan, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, the Merrimack High School Marching Band.
Well, Ralph, another incredible performance right there at halftime by the Merrimack High School marching band. I think we heard a little bit of Paul Simon in there, and we get a little bit of everything, as always. just a fantastic performance. It's great to see those musicians out there taking the field after working so hard, not only learning their instrument, but also, learning the choreography and all the pieces that go together with being a large functional marching band. So very well done right there. It's always a treat to get to see that.
Similar to the student athlete moniker that we give. Similar to the student athlete moniker we give our friends on the football field. That kind of goes hand in hand with the marching band as well. These are students that are investing a lot of time, not only their academics, but in the arts. And it's great to see. Who doesn't love You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon? Great song. Great music video with Chevy Chase on the bongos. If you haven't seen it, it's this thing called YouTube. Check it out.
Check it out. I think I heard of it last week, YouTube.
Yeah. It's made by the Googles.
Made by the Googles. Want to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for these two teams to take the field again for the second half. The town of Merrimack's media division is branded as Merrimack TV. Merrimack TV features 3 community television channels funded by way of franchise fees from Merrimack Comcast cable subscribers. Merrimack TV studio is located in the Town Hall complex at 6 Babusick Lake Road. The media division is managed by Media Services Coordinator Nicholas LaValle and Assistant Media Services Coordinator, the master of the TriCaster, Justin Slez. Reaching over 8,000 homes, Merrimack TV covers every elected town and school board meeting and also features community-based content produced or submitted by town residents. Would you like your own show? Email us, merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. And as always, you're watching Merrimack TV, your community, your voice. So we'll get back to the action here in just a few minutes. Watching the clock wind down here on halftime.
Hey, Dave, I'd love to bounce back in, maybe just give you a couple of thoughts on the first half.
Absolutely.
Cool. I'm going to do that for you. So, we talked a little bit before that the game started out as kind of a battle of both teams testing each other out, getting a little feel for it, and it was really great to see Merrimack bounce back from last week where we had a little bit of a layoff between games. Now we're bounced back right into the flow of things, and Merrimack is on their way back out to the field to kind of continue what they've done so far in this first half, which is a complimentary football game between all phases. You had the defense come up with a couple interceptions, some fourth down stops. You had the offense pick up a huge 99-yard touchdown pass. And we also had a recovered kick fumble, a blocked kick for a fumble recovery. So quite a bit of action coming from Merrimack today.
Yeah, Merrimack really looks strong in all 3 phases of the game right there. And you have to figure the halftime speech from Kip Jackson must have been, boys, let's keep executing and attacking at the level that we've been attacking at, and we'll be able to take this one home here. And imagine in the Alvirne locker room, you have to be thinking to yourself, this game could very easily be 24-21, 24-17. Alvirne has had some opportunities. They've moved the ball well. Outside of that one touchdown drive, they just really haven't been successful at converting in the red zone here as Merrimack has stood tall. So while Merrimack has a lead here, Alvirne does have some positive momentum to build off of from that first half. And if you're Merrimack, they just have to be thinking, just keep executing, keep playing their game.
100%. It reminds me a little bit of the 2006 AFC Championship game. The Patriots went in there with a lead. The Colts got just a field goal before the half, which we thought was maybe nothing, and ended up being the turning point needed to drive that second half comeback. So maybe that's all the Broncos needed, was to hold the Merrimack Tomahawks here just to 3. That was their turning point, perhaps. We'll find out.
Could have been a momentum swing right there. If you've been watching the game tonight, you'll know that in the first quarter, Merrimack's defense stood tall in a 4th and goal, and then immediately took over on downs, and in 2 plays countered with a 99-yard touchdown strike from junior Kyle Crampton to Jake Trahan.
As the teams stretch out and loosen up and get limber to start the second half, I just wanted to throw a shout out here or two. This first one to Jennifer Lynn Harmon watching in Hudson, telling us to let's go Alvirne, and thanking us for covering this game so you can watch her kids play. This is a pleasure of ours, as I speak for Dave here as well. But it's a pleasure to cover both of these teams and to give anyone a chance to watch their friends and family compete and see their hard work in action.
Also want to give a shout out here too to Sally Covell. Go Declan, number 23 of the Tomahawks from Grammy. Got a lot of grandparents watching tonight, which is really, really wonderful to see. Also, shout out to first-year Merrimack wide receivers coach Ryan Berry, returning to coach his hometown after 4 years playing for the Castleton Spartans. That shout out coming from Kevin Berry. Also want to give a shout out to the one and only Kyle Crampton, and happy anniversary to his parents from Chris Crampton in Rockland, Mass. Appreciate everybody with the shout outs this evening on the Facebook Live feed. We'll do our best to keep up with those as Merrimack prepares here for the second half, as we will begin the third quarter here shortly. If you're just tuning in, we are coming to you live and in living color from Merrimack High School as your Merrimack Tomahawks, the 1-1 Merrimack Tomahawks, taking on the 0-3 Alvirne Broncos. Tell you what, Alvirne has not looked 0-3 tonight. Just want to give a shout out from Stacy Mills Jackson to number 21 Ryder Morris. Happy birthday. Looks like young Ryder turned 18 on Wednesday. Go Remorse is his nickname. Go Tomahawks. We like hearing that.
I don't think he's going to show any remorse out there on either side of the ball.
Not in this second half here, ladies and gentlemen, as Merrimack is going to look to close this one out and maintain the scoring supremacy and dominance that they had in the first half. Is Alvirne with a squib kick right here, fielded cleanly by Merrimack. That ball is going to be downed. And we'll call it the Merrimack 40-yard line. And Kyle Crampton will lead his offense out here as they begin the third quarter.
Just before we start here, one more shout out from Judy Mitchell-Muniz here for her nephew Brendan for Alvirne. But she's saying, go get him, Alvirne. But good luck, Tomahawks, too. Love the sportsmanship there.
A little bit of sportsmanship right there. I like that. It's good to see both fan bases here recognizing that these student athletes work so hard, really all year long, preparing for this fall season here. Again, want to thank the parents, want to thank the coaches, want to thank the boosters, want to thank our marching band, our cheerleaders, all the folks that are associated with Merrimack High School that help not only the football team events happen, but really, events happen all throughout the entire athletics year, and then all the extracurriculars that are on the calendar as well. I also want to give a shout out to the Merrimack First Robotics team, Team 166, the Chop Shop. I don't know if any of those folks are tuning in tonight, but I've had the honor and the pleasure of doing several off-season events at Merrimack High over the years, and they're always a great time. So really proud to be here tonight on the broadcast with you, Ralph, doing the Merrimack High game. Is the Tomahawks here are moving the ball into Bronco territory.
It's been a real fun few weeks, Dave. I wish we got a chance to do a couple more games, but the 3 that we've gotten to call have been amazing, and it's really incredible to see these young men go to work and put in a bunch of effort every Friday night, and that's just the effort we get to see.
That pass complete right there to Justin Fournier, number 8. Loses 2 yards, unfortunately.
And to those of you watching at home on our Facebook, let us know in the comments. We'll give you a shout out. We've been shouting out some of our friends and family throughout the night, and we'll do our best to get you included. If you're watching, let us know. And if you're watching on Merrimack TV, channel 21, follow us on Twitter at Merrimack TV, and tag us in a tweet. We'll do the same. We'll try to get you on a shout out here. Shout out your favorite player, shout out your family member, your friend, whatever you want to do. We're here to hear from you.
We are here to hear from you, and we'll do our best to keep up with those, ladies and gentlemen. Crampton will lead his offense here on 2nd and 12 from the Bronco 49. That may be closer to 2nd and 17. Strahan's going to bounce us outside. Nice run right here. Look at his quarterback, Crampton, following him. Is going to lay a block out there. Well done. He's going to be able to juke in. That's going to be a touchdown, it appears, for your Merrimack Tomahawks. Big run
What an
right
individual
there.
effort on that play. Get that kid a napkin because he just feasted on this defense.
Yes, he did, ladies and gentlemen. And he had already feasted on them earlier tonight, going back for seconds with another long touchdown right there. Call Grandma, call Nana, fill that plate up.
It's like a buffet out there for this kid. Woo!
Looking great right there, making something out of nothing. That looked like that play might have been stopped in the backfield, but Trahan with some nifty moves right there and some true breakaway speed, able to get out in front. I also want to shout out quarterback Kyle Crampton, who was way out in front of him right there, laying the lumber on some blocks, leading the way.
Straight out of Crampton on that play.
Straight out of Crampton, indeed, right there. As that kick is hammered home good, Merrimack will pull ahead 31-7 here, as they are going to start to put this one out of reach from Alvirne. Still a lot of time left, but that was a really effective drive right here. Merrimack hitting the home run so far this game, 2 long touchdowns. They're getting it done in all phases of the game, folks.
Yeah, we're less than 2 minutes into this third quarter, Dave, and that's a pretty strong start here for the Merrimack Tomahawks. I'm really impressed with this offense tonight. They are really putting it together. This looks a lot like what we saw just a few short weeks ago against Bishop Girton, but even more impressive.
It certainly does here, as they are really bouncing back strong. Again, at home cooking after a loss to Salem, really settling nicely here as they've looked really strong in all 3 phases of the game, as Merrimack here prepares to kick it away to Alvirne after that Jake Trahan touchdown. Give him the turkey leg, ladies and gentlemen. If I had any, maybe we'll hand out buffalo wings.
Whew. God, I love wings.
Everybody loves out wings. We need to get a wing trophy so we can be like Madden and Summerall on Thanksgiving Day. As that play is going to be stopped at just about the Alvirne 24-yard line there on that kick return. I want to take this opportunity here, ladies and gentlemen, to shout out the one and only my friend Dan Bolio of Let Freedom Ring. Merrimack's own Dan Bolio hosts a variety of guests. Dan chats about entertainment, sports, and more. In fact, you can say that it's safe to say that Dan has it all. And this week's guest is Leo Connor, the host of Nashua TV's The Ring and all other sports. So check the Channel 22 schedule at merrimacktv.com and check out Let Freedom Ring. Big shout out to Dan Bolio. I know that he regularly watches the Merrimack Tomahawk games, both on Facebook and on his TV from the comfort of his living room. So Dan, hope you're doing well. I will be a guest on that show sometime in the future. Unfortunately, I had to cancel in early October, but I will make it back or make it to that show sometime this winter.
I'm also available for bookings as well for any television shows that are interested.
Actually, Ralph, you would be a great guest on Dan's show, no joke. So, Dan, if you're watching, Ralph Carpentier, the one and only, providing you the color commentary analysis on tonight's game, he would be a great guest on Let Freedom Ring. Gora taking the ball right here. Looking down the field, is going to overthrow his receiver right there. That ball is going to sail out of bounds with 10 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Quick acknowledgement too, Dave. Gora's back out there after getting banged up going into the half. Glad to see he is doing well and out here contributing into the team, but most importantly, healthy and active.
You have to figure here as this lead continues to grow, Merrimack really going to pin their ears back here and rush the passer. You have to figure this is Dylan Sadowski territory. The Sarge is going to go out there and run some drill.
The birthday boy wants to get a piece of that cake, my friends.
That's right. Gobble, gobble. The ball carrier is going to be gobbled up right there by number 9. We got to get the Thanksgiving references here in early, ladies and gentlemen, preparing for the holiday season. That's Justin Fournier
Fournier with the stop.
on that stop.
Gain of 5 on the play. 3rd and 5, Broncos. Ball's on the Broncos' 39-yard line.
3rd and 5 here on the Broncos' 39-yard line.
Quick little history tidbit here. Last year, we had
That play is going to be stopped in the backfield.
Alvirne Broncos against the Merrimack Tomahawks in the state championship for the helmet competition for football. Alvirne snuck ahead that day, but Merrimack getting their revenge tonight.
Well, I have learned something new here, ladies and gentlemen. I call them Ralph Carpentier, but you can call them Ralphiepedia. Dropping some knowledge right there. Learn something new every day here. And yes, this is definitely Merrimack's day today in 2020. As Alvirne coming out. 2 running backs split out. Gora in shotgun handles kind of a wild snap right there. Able to kick that ball away. Nice kick. Trahan's going to be able to field that right here. Trahan has been able to break a few for some serious yardage thus far. He's going to be bottled up, though. Still good field position for Merrimack as they're able to bring that out to approximately midfield.
Yeah, Trahan today is a bunch of all-purpose yardage. So much that my abacus does not count that high.
You're going to have to get out to TI 89 there, ladies and gentlemen. Put that into the scientific... I'm not even going to fall. I was going to get so nerdy with that reference that I'm not even going to get that nerdy with the reference, but he's got a lot of yardage today, ladies and gentlemen. He's cruising along here as Crampton comes back out under center in a 31-7 ball game here in the third quarter. Crampton looking to the sidelines here, perhaps adjusting what the original play call was. Coach Kyle Jackson perhaps seeing something in the Alvirne defense that he wants to exploit here as Crampton looking down the field. Pass is going to be complete to number 9. That's going to be Stephen Petz. Petz having a good game right there. I believe that's his 3rd reception on the evening.
Petz is a real sure-handed guy there for them on the outside, giving them a couple of real key first downs. Little trickeration there on that play.
Looks like there's a flag down right there. We'll have to see who that goes against.
That trickeration I saw might have actually been an offensive procedure penalty there on Petz. Hard to tell. We'll get some clarification here. Oh, it's a holding call.
Holding call right there. I want to take this opportunity too. Merrimack TV is always seeking volunteers to cover school district events, not just limited to sports like you're seeing tonight. Camera operators, play-by-play announcers, editing, and if you're interested in seeing more school-based program on the channels, Merrimack TV staff will train you and loan out equipment at no cost. So become involved. Email Merrimack TV at merrimacknh.gov. Contact Justin or Nicholas as they'd love to have more volunteers, as they would love to feature more school-related programming here on the channels and on Facebook Live.
Hey guys, if I can do it, you can certainly do it.
Absolutely. Ralph and I are but rank amateurs having a lot of fun this evening, bringing you tonight's action as Crampton taking the snap, looking deep down the field right here. He had a receiver, found the hole in the zone. Looked like that was Trahan that was open. He's going to overthrow him.
Little miscommunication there on the play, which has been minimal today.
Minimal at best right there.
Just a really well-executed game. This is the kind of game that Bill Belichick talks about wanting to see all the time. One of those games where you are performing well but still have some things to clean up and work on going into the next game or the next season. So
good complementary football right there for sure. Crampton with Bunis joining him here in the backfield. Merrimack going 4 wide. Crampton looking to throw. Fires. Short pass right there. Bobbled and caught anyways by number 8. That is Justin Fournier right there.
Sure hands there on that play.
Absolutely. Good focus and concentration to reel that pass in right there as Merrimack, again, able to advance the ball. They have been moving without much resistance here, picking up first downs with impunity against this Alvirne defense.
Something I just realized there with Fournier, Dave, he's not wearing any gloves, so that's a play made there with no gloves.
Old
Very
school
impressive.
right there.
And here he is again across the middle.
Good strong right hands right there, bringing that ball home in traffic. So they're going to be able to pick up another first down as Crampton is really finding his rhythm. Outside of one long interception on a 3rd down that really functioned as a punt, Crampton has been very efficient here. He's been accurate with the ball. He's been throwing it.
Captain Cool out there.
Captain Cool out there, indeed, hitting his receivers in stride. It's a rhythm offense here run by Merrimack. Crampton again, scrambling, looking down the field. He's got a man wide open. That is going to be complete to number 21 for a Merrimack Tomahawks touchdown.
Cool, calm, and Crampton on that play, my friends.
That ball right there to Ryder Morse, who I believe is celebrating a birthday. If I go back and look at the shout-outs from earlier.
I believe he is. Remorse is celebrating a birthday from Wednesday as he turned 18 years old.
Yes, he
No
did.
remorse on that play, my friend.
No remorse from Ryder Morse, number 21, bringing that one home wide open in the middle of the end zone. Again, a happy birthday. Nice little birthday gift right there. Forget the Carvel ice cream cake or the trip to King Cone or even the common man, like, I'd take a touchdown pass on a birthday, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, indeed, right there. So, again, happy birthday. To
But
all
I
the
wouldn't
birthday
turn
boys
down
right
a
there.
meal on my birthday either, or really any meal for that matter.
What Ralph is trying to say is that he is a proud member of the Clean Your Plate Club, ladies and gentlemen, as Merrimack is going to pull ahead here 38-7 over the Alvirne Broncos.
I'm not just the president, I'm also a client.
The hilarity in that quote is that Ralph is quoting the Hair Club for Men, which I could legitimately be a member of because I have, in fact, no hair. I have the Patrick Stewart Stone Cold Steve Austin haircut, and it gets cold in the winter.
I've got a full head of hair, ladies and gentlemen.
You do. It's a beautiful head of hair, too. It's a little salt and pepper.
Kickoff for the Tomahawks.
A lot more salt these days.
And Ferrullo on to receive for the Broncos.
I just prefer to call you well-seasoned. As Merrimack prepares to kick the ball here away in the third quarter. Want to again thank everybody joining us on Merrimack TV and also watching the Facebook live feed at home. We really appreciate the support. We hope that you guys are enjoying tonight's broadcast. As this is the first season that Merrimack TV has brought you the coverage of Merrimack High School football. Could be the birth here of a really beautiful tradition, and we're very much proud to be a part of this inaugural campaign of coverage here, as Alvirne quarterback Kyle Gora will come back out here, take over on offense from approximately their own 30-yard line. Gora in the shotgun. One back in the backfield joining him. Number 23 in motion. He's going to opt the handoff here on the jet sweep. Good containment right there. Merrimack holding the edge, able to gobble that play up without much fanfare
Ferrullo with the carry.
or many yards gained.
Runs into a sea of blue. Loss of about a yard on the play. Bring up 2nd and 11 for the Broncos.
This game really started out, the first 8 minutes of this ball game, Ralph, really looked like Alvirne was going to start putting some serious points up on the board. But all it took was a big goal line stand, and since then, it's really been all Merrimack.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Dave. It's really been a performance.
That ball's going to come loose right there on a pass that was completed to number 81. That's Alvin Toomey, who has really been one of the bright spots on offense for Alvirne right there.
Here's pass. Complete to Toomey.
Yeah, but as you were saying, it really did hinge this turnaround in this game on that 4-minute mark or so in the first quarter where Merrimack stood tall on the goal line,
From the 40-yard line.
turning the ball over, and then marching down the field on one play, 99 yards for a touchdown from Jake the Snake Bunis.
Crampton has really been accurate tonight. You have to wonder if last week's weather conditions really impacted him throwing the ball. It certainly didn't impact Salem running the ball. So it's good to see Merrimack bounce back this week. Good to see Crampton back being his normal sharp self, looking down the field, using his feet to buy some time, and really firing some accurate strikes down the field. It's led to some big-time offensive production and points on the board.
Yeah, they're really firing on all cylinders offensively today. And again, putting up only 7 on the scoreboard against, it's a pretty strong defensive performance as well.
Yeah, the Merrimack front 4 and really their front 7 returning to form here. They've been able to put a lot of pressure on Kyle Gora here. They've really kind of shut down the quarterback running game here. Really forcing Alvirne here to kind of chuck the ball down the field as that ball is going to fall incomplete. Good coverage right there by Merrimack on the short pass.
The intended receiver. Pass falls incomplete. Be 3rd and 10 Broncos.
As the Merrimack defense here bearing down on 3rd and 10.
Looks like Alvirne's made a switch at quarterback. You're seeing Zachary Peters, the sophomore, in right now, number 8. Hopefully, Kyle Gora is doing all right again. He did get banged up a little bit going into the half.
Ball down the field right there, long pass that. Unfortunately, is going to fall incomplete here. Again, as Ralph mentioned, Gora has been subbed out here in favor of Peters.
Bring up 4th down.
We do hope that Gora is okay on the sidelines.
Yeah, he took a big hit from the birthday boy, the Sarge, today, just before half.
Toomey on the punt for the Broncos. Trahan on to receive for the Tomahawks.
I don't know if there's anything that Alvin Toomey can't do is he's out here to kick. It's been quite a factor in the passing game. He's racked up a lot of yards after catches. He's looked really great and strong so far. It's a really important thing to point out here.
He's got the physical tools
Yes,
as
he
well.
does.
He looks like he's got some height on him.
Height, good size, and speed. You know, a lot of these players, for those that are unfamiliar with high school football, most of these young men play both ways. So they will play offense and defense.
45-yard line.
Whereas as you move into the college and obviously the NFL ranks, you see players that really only commit to one position, far more specialization. So you're seeing more jacks of all trades out here on both sides of the ball. Toomey's going to kick that away. Low line drive kick. It's going to take an Alvirne roll here. That's going to be down at about the Merrimack 27-yard line, 28-yard line perhaps. As the Merrimack offense will come out here and will take over on downs.
Toomey's punt down.
Again, want to mention too, the volunteer experience here at Merrimack TV is tremendous. Merrimack TV, they're always seeking volunteers to cover school district events, not things that are just limited to sports. They're always looking for camera operators, play-by-play folks, people that do video editing. So if you're interested in seeing more school-based program on the channels, Merrimack TV staff will train you and loan out equipment at no cost. So make sure you email Merrimack TV at merrimacknh.gov. Contact Justin and Nicholas. Talk to those folks. They will get you set up here. Crampton finding Trahan again. Nice crackback block right there as Trahan's able to spring loose here for an additional 20, maybe 25 yards. Really generating some big yardage right there as Merrimack is going to take that into Alvirne territory. Nice little pitch and catch right there. Trahan again making some stuff happen after the catch with his feet.
Yeah, he's been pretty phenomenal with the ball in hand today.
Starting from the Bronco 36-yard line.
I think that the Snake nickname that we've given him there kind of really fits. It reminds me of that old school Snake game you might have played on your old Nokia phone back in the day, just with a whole heck of a lot more speed.
Throwing out a Nokia phone there reference tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I was waiting for like a Nintendo or a Sega Genesis reference. Nokia phones. And indeed, he is quite quick and shifty out there in the open field. You know, Trahan is really an effective weapon here for this offense and has really had a very strong performance this evening as he is now in motion. He's going to take this handoff here up the middle, finding some daylight as he is having his way right now with that Alvirne defense. Both through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, it's amazing to see. I mean, I think about it. Merrimack's got quite the talent on the offensive side of the ball at the skill positions. You've got Bunis along with Trahan. Crampton's got some legs on him as well. Pets, Fournier, Covell, like these are all players that can make some moves. So it's hard to really key in on one person. But man, is Trahan just
Crampton rolling to his right here, overthrows his
exploiting
receiver.
this defense at times.
That's number 23, Declan Covell. Give Declan Covell a shout out right there because I believe he ran across the track to chase that football down. Reminds me of the days of playing catch in the front yard and the ball flying out in the street. Someone's got to call dad to go get it. Check both ways. Merrimack here continue to march down the field. Ralph, you got to say, Crampton looks very comfortable in the pocket tonight. Much more at ease than he did last week. He's got plenty of time to throw. Granted, he wasn't able to complete that pass right there, but that throw is there to Fournier. He's really looked in rhythm. He looks comfortable.
Yeah, he's getting the production up front from the offensive line,
3rd and 10 for the Tomahawks.
which is in part the defensive line as well for this team. So pulling double duties in the trenches, the Hogs as they like to call them.
The old Washington football team offensive line right there, the Hogs as they used to call them back in the 80s.
Nice play fake there. Bunis
Right there,
wide
Bunis is
open.
going to take that. He may walk that into the end zone. Some nifty running right there. I think he walked a tightrope. Will he get in for the touchdown?
Bunis with a reception. Big gain.
Not quite. They're going to call him out of bounds inside the 5-yard line, pretty close to the goal line here. Merrimack with some serious weapons right here. You think you got Trahan stopped, and then Bunis takes a handoff for a long gain. You think you have Bunis stopped, and then next thing you know, that ball's going to Declan Covell or to Stephen Petz. Crampton really spreading the wealth around here offensively.
First and goal, Tomahawks.
And again, it can't be done without those boys up front setting the edge.
Those blockers really leading the way. High-powered offense here from Kip Jackson. And like you said, Ralph, you couldn't have hit it on the nail on the head more squarely here. You know, it really begins and ends the line of scrimmage, and Merrimack has won that battle thus far. Handoff here to number 45, and that is going to be a touchdown as he dives into the end zone right there with some acrobatics.
Keith with the carry.
Cody Keefe, the linebacker and offensive lineman, with the touchdown there.
Cody Keefe taking that carry right there, we believe. We're going to trust the Merrimack public address announcer right there, as we don't have number 45 on our roster. Nonetheless, though, big touchdown run right there. We hope we hit the mark on that. As Merrimack looks to pull ahead here, 45-7, in what has been a dominant performance here by the Tomahawks, bouncing back after really being dominated by the Salem High School Blue Devils last week. They have really returned to form here as they're looking to move to 2-1 on the season. As you hear the Merrimack High School Marching Band playing some touchdown celebration here. Again, want to remind everybody that the town of Merrimack's media division is branded as Merrimack TV. Merrimack TV features 3 community television channels funded by way of your franchise fee for Merrimack Cable, Comcast cable subscribers. Merrimack TV studio is located in the Town Hall complex, which is where Ralph and I are broadcasting to you from tonight at 6 Babusick Lake Road. The media division is managed by Media Services Coordinator Nicholas Avalli and Assistant Media Services Coordinator Justin Sledge. Reaching over 8,000 homes, Merrimack TV covers every elected town and school board meeting and features community-based content produced or submitted by residents. Would you like your own show? Email us, merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Merrimack TV, your community, your voice, as Merrimack prepares to kick off here in the third quarter to Alvirne, as they have a 44-7 lead, a commanding lead right here. Alvirne ball carrier losing his footing right there, trying to take it upfield as Merrimack with a group tackle. That ball coming out.
Looks like it might have been after the whistle.
Looks like he might have been down by contact before that ball actually came out right there.
Runs into a sea of Tomahawk tacklers. The 1st and 10 Broncos starting from their 20-yard line.
If you're Alvirne here, you have to be thinking to yourself, let's just get a first down. Let's just get some positive plays. Let's take it one play at a time here, get some positive yardage, and let's just get a first down. And really just try to take this one play at a time, try to build some positive momentum up that they can build off of. As a handoff here up the middle, ball carrier is going to pick up approximately 4.5, maybe 5 yards right there. So that ball right there is taken by number 40, Joseph Rybeck. Number 8, Zachary Peters, is now out there at quarterback. Peters, a sophomore. Alvirne coming out here in an offset eye. Showing run here. Here we'll pick up a few yards right there. Merrimack able to drag that ball carrier down, as it will be 3rd and, we'll call it 4 yards here.
We're seeing Alvirne here go to the power run game a little bit. Some of those more power formations, I think, looking to run that clock down a bit, try to maybe maintain control.
Keep that Merrimack offense off of the field here.
3rd and 4 for the Broncos.
Merrimack with 4 down linemen. Alvirne back out in the shotgun here. Sophomore looking to throw right there. He's going to miss his receiver. Well covered by the Merrimack defense right there. That ball intended for number 25. That is Jeffrey Nichols, the senior.
Matheson on to defend for the Tomahawks. Bring up 4th down.
4th down here for Alvirne. They will likely bring out their kicking unit. Punter Alvin Toomey, also a standout wide receiver, will stand back
Toomey on the punt for the Broncos.
to field the snap and make this kick.
For the Tomahawks.
Snap is away. Toomey fields it cleanly. Good kick. That ball is going to take a big Alvirne bounce right there. Almost too hot to handle right there on the fielding that ball. That was Caden Dudash, number 5. Able to field that punt.
Dash with the recovery.
Merrimack here will take over on downs with some relatively favorable field position as we near the end of the 3rd quarter here. You have to imagine Merrimack's going to be pretty content here with coming out and really just trying to bleed the clock out here.
Dave, I would think so at this point. We're heading into the 4th quarter. They're up 44-7. We did just see a few substitutions on the the defensive side of the ball. And it looks like we're going to see our backup quarterback take over the 2nd unit here a little bit and show us what some of these young kids can do.
Absolutely. I believe that is young quarterback, the sophomore, number 6, Trent Jackson, I believe is who I saw come out with the Merrimack offense. We'll confirm that.
I also saw lined up on the outside there the lieutenant, Owen Sadowski.
The lieutenant and the Sarge, the Sadowski brothers. We hope that at their Thanksgiving dinner this year that they're referring to each other as the lieutenant and the Sarge.
One can only hope.
Then we'll know that our broadcast was able to outlive this season and will forever live in not infamy, but in a positive light. Maybe in infamy.
Yeah, if we see our friend the Sarge one day, maybe in the NFL or college, playing on television one day, I hope we call him the Sarge then too, and I can think back fondly of these fun fall Friday nights.
Who knows? Maybe by that point, you and I will be on CBS, calling some AFC action on a Sunday. Probably not.
I don't know if we'd get the first spot. I mean, Romo and Nance are quite good, but I definitely think I'm better than, because the name escapes me. That's how bad he is.
I think you're better than Tony Romo. I don't think I'm better than Jim Nance.
Better looking, perhaps.
No question. Merrimack here in the shotgun. Pass out wide. That's going to be complete here to number 35. Nice run like there. That ball complete to number 35. That's Michael Matheson. Pass complete. Quarterback Trent Jackson. As we prepare here to begin the 4th quarter here at Merrimack High School, your Merrimack Tomahawks 44, the Alvirne Broncos 7, and what has been very much a one-sided affair outside of the first 8 minutes of the 1st quarter, as we see that incredible Merrimack marching band right there. They put on an amazing halftime performance. I want to shout out those incredible teachers, the students, the parents, all those that are associated with the band. Also want to shout out the Merrimack cheerleaders, their coaches, great athletes in their own right, and really all the people throughout the fine community of Merrimack that have come together here to support this high school and all its extracurricular activities, whether it's the football team, the robotics team, the basketball team, the marching band. Merrimack is there for their young students, their young adults, and it is really great to see here. As they flip the field, here at the start of the 4th quarter, Trent Jackson taking over here, 1st and 10 from his 38-yard line. He's going to take that snap, roll to his right. Looking, he's going to throw that pass complete to number 40. That ball taken up to the 40-yard line. That pass complete to Romelo Hyde. Nice catch right there.
Merle Hyde's a kid with some sure hands, too. I recall in that first game against Bishop Girton, he had a couple of short kicks fielded as the up man on special teams.
Absolutely.
3rd and 8 Tomahawks.
It can never hurt to have hands at any position on the field.
You're going to use them to block. You'll use them to break tackles. You'll use them to
You never
catch.
know when you're going to pick up a squib kick or a tip ball or a ball that's on the ground.
The intended receiver.
Good skill players here for Merrimack for sure.
Incomplete. Bring up 4th down.
That ball was intended for number 28. It's incomplete. Sean Morley here. Merrimack will bring on the punting unit here. Content here to kick with quite a lead. Good high kick. Great coverage right there.
That ball is
That
loose.
maybe marked a fumble, and it may be Merrimack ball. And the referees
It
are going
is.
to give that ball to Merrimack. Another tough break right there for Merrimack. For Alvirne. As great break for Merrimack, as Merrimack's going to take over.
Crampton with the recovery.
First down here deep.
It's like the 5-second rule right there when you drop one of the last Skittles on the floor and you pick it up and eat it before the 5 seconds counts down.
Absolutely. I extend that to 10 seconds for chicken wings, by the way.
Fair.
Unless it's a floor, unless it gets dropped on a floor in like someone's house that has like a lot of pets. Then it's 6.5 seconds. Otherwise, no pets. 10-second rule is fine. Handoff again there to number 40.
Mello Hyde again,
Mello
and he looks
Hyde
like
with
he's
a
going to
nice
be
run.
gone.
He's going to bring that into the end zone for another Tomahawks touchdown. Romello Hyde right there on the handoff.
I'm just curious, was that Romello Hyde or was that Carlos Hyde right there? That's the ageless wonder out there.
The ageless wonder indeed. I wonder if there's a relation. Nice run right there by Merrimack's own Romello Hyde. Big pickup, big gain. Merrimack showing that they are loaded with talent offensively here, as they're going to pull ahead here. 50 to Alvirne 7 as they're going to bring the kicking unit out here to extend this lead to 51-7.
Is on to attempt the point after.
Merrimack just cannot be stopped here. All it took was one momentum shift and one 99-yard touchdown strike to Jake Trahan, and since then, it has been all Merrimack. Great to see so many students here, that are attending the game, that are a part of the entire production of this game. Between the football team, your cheerleaders leading the spirit on from the sidelines, and your marching band as well, really providing a soundtrack for. If you're a Merrimack fan, which I imagine if you're tuning in tonight, you probably are, has been a really fantastic night to watch your home team really rack up a lot of points here, as they are likely going to move to 2-1 here on this season. Alvirne fielding that punt here. Let's see if they can find some room. Merrimack with a good tackle right there. That may have been Lopez on that tackle,
Perillo on the return, tackled by Lopez.
who's also the kicker, by the way, doing double duty right there.
Start from their 26-yard line.
Talk about good kicking coverage. Nicely done right there, as you're going to continue to see the clock run here. This one mostly over here.
Yeah, I don't usually like to call the game before we hit double zeros, but it's going to take a lot for this fortune to change here for Alvirne. Merrimack has really just been clicking on all cylinders on all three phases of the game.
It's really interesting, Ralph, because you brought this up not only last week, but you brought it up this week as well. And that is, it's well documented the Merrimack did take a few weeks off during their season here.
Ball is loose.
Loose ball right there. And one of our observations last week against Salem was maybe they were coming out a little bit flat because they haven't, really been able to gather to play any other teams, and they had quite a break. So looking at the outcome of this particular game, it does appear that getting back in rhythm here was really important for Merrimack, as they have looked as fluid and effective and really sharp on offense as they did against Bishop Girton during their season opener.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a testament to the work that the team put in, the coaching staff, and just kind of refocusing on the opponent ahead of them and having an opportunity to really look at some film that was relevant from this past week and have it take effect.
Yeah, you have to figure Merrimack was real happy to come back home to be playing Alvirne. Good conditions tonight just for offensive fireworks, which we've seen. And I mean, Alvirne has struggled to move the ball the last 2 quarters, but up until the end of the first, both teams were. It was really a counter punch. It was really looking like it was going to be an offensive shootout here. And since then, the Merrimack defense has really clamped down. They've been able to capitalize on some mistakes from Alvirne.
Yeah, they've held Alvirne scoreless in this entire second half thus far. There's still 6 minutes to go, but this was a 24-7 game at halftime. Alvirne still had a chance there. They were, getting a lot from their quarterback, Kyle Gora, some plays.
And Merrimack able to come out and score 4 touchdowns here in this second half. Really an incredible performance here by Kyle Crampton and the gang.
Yeah, and they're getting it from all over. You mentioned earlier that there's a lot of weapons here between Crampton, Bunis, Trahan, Petz, Fournier, Covell. I mean, this team is pretty stacked. And then you're seeing it from some of the younger guys out there, some of these sophomores like Romello Hyde. Ball's loose again.
Ball's going to be loose right there. Merrimack is going to gobble up the sophomore quarterback. That's Zachary Peters. Nowhere to go right there. You have to feel for him on that one. Tough situation on a really difficult snap, a wild snap to handle right there. Merrimack obviously able to get in the backfield without much of a problem.
You had Reese Lopez in there on the tackle. Quite a few yards lost. I don't believe this to go is correct, but it's quite a lot.
I guess it depends on your unit of measurement here. Peter stepping back here. He's going to fire. That pass is going to be complete. Pardon me. They're going to rule that incomplete right there as the receiver unable to retain possession on that pass from quarterback Zachary Peters. Nichols was the intended receiver on that play.
Ball comes out incomplete. Bring up 3rd and long for the Broncos.
Did you know that the Merrimack Lions Club recently started their own show? You can learn more about what the Lions Club has to offer and get to know their members. The Lions Club's about leading by example, building relationships, and improving the world through kindness. Learn more on their show. Check the Channel 22 schedule at merrimacktv.com. And as always, if you want your own show, you can have one. Just email Justin or Nicholas at merrimackTV@merrimacknh.gov. That pass is incomplete on 3rd and 99. Again, it's not actually 3rd and 99.
Peters' pass attempt to number 83. Falls incomplete.
I want to give a shout out to the people that are running the scoreboard, or perhaps the individual running the scoreboard tonight. That is not easy work. So if you're sitting at home and laughing at 4th and 99, that is a difficult job to do, and usually most of those jobs are done by very, very dedicated volunteers. So for all those volunteers, that perhaps that we don't know or we can't shout you out by name necessarily, thank you for all the work that you've done. And again, thank you to Nicholas LaValle and Justin Sliz here at Merrimack TV that have done an incredible job bringing you this Merrimack TV broadcast, as this has really been a lot of fun. Gatorade cart coming out again here on the near sideline. What's your favorite Gatorade flavor, Ralph?
Ooh, so I'm a kind of a classic guy, and I really enjoy just the straightforward fruit punch, or that combo fruit punch and berry. But I've also switched in my older age to Gatorade Zero these days, and we'll stick with the fruit punch typically there. But I actually prefer Powerade's Wild Cherry.
You're more of a Powerade Wild Cherry guy.
Yeah.
That sounds like it could taste like Robitussin, and I don't know if I want to go in that particular direction. I do prefer the Frost line of Gatorade flavors. I don't actually know any of the Gatorade flavors. I just purchase it based on color. Red, purple, or blue. The lemon lime, no thank you, unless it's like 98 degrees outside.
Yeah, lemon lime is definitely one of those ones that you drink when you are just absolutely parched, my friend.
Absolutely. You need those electrolytes.
I will say this, though. I've become a fan of orange lately, and that was one I thought I didn't like that much as a child, but
Well,
orange.
perhaps-
Maybe it's an acquired taste. I'm not sure.
Perhaps, Ralph, your palate is evolving as Merrimack will take over here on
I do
downs.
eat more than just macaroni and cheese these days.
Well, that is good that you're mixing up your diet, getting all 4 food groups. I think the 4 food groups are buffalo wings,
Pizza.
blue cheese, coffee.
You're close. It's somewhere.
I'm
in
sure
that
there are
ballpark.
nutritionists at home right now horrified at our food pyramid here.
Jackson on the keeper.
Jackson keeping the ball himself here as we'll cross the 2-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Merrimack with a very much a commanding lead here as they're going to be content here to wind the clock down.
Yeah, what a performance overall from this Merrimack Tomahawk football team. Going to improve to 2-1, just over 500. Pretty impressive end to the regular season here for this team. It's really hard-fought work on all sides of the ball today.
Yeah, really great effort here by the Merrimack offense. Also want to take this opportunity as well to remind you all that the Merrimack Cardinals are in the playoffs. They're going to have a bye week this week. Those are the little guys. They will soon be big guys. Want to shout out my friend Jackson Malone again, right guard number 71 on the Merrimack Cardinals. Want to shout out his parents Matt and Amy as well, and all the fantastic young ones as they beat Goffstown this past Sunday 20-0 to advance, I believe, in their playoff tournament here. As we come down with just a minute left here in this game, as Merrimack's going to move to 2-1. Alvirne, unfortunately, will fall to 0-4.
Trent Jackson was coming out here in the victory formation.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to take a knee here, I think, on 2nd and 8. I don't imagine. This isn't a game of Madden where the computer calls timeouts for no good reason. And then I get frustrated and consider throwing the controller.
You might have to get you in some anger management classes, Dave.
It's possible.
Goose Fraba, my friend. Goose Fraba.
Taking the knee right there in an unorthodox shotgun formation. As this one is going to draw to a close, as Merrimack is going to be content here to let the clock wind down. Both teams are going to come out to midfield in a sign of sportsmanship, as unofficially Merrimack is going to win this one 51-7. It will be official here in just under 10 seconds. Really a tremendous performance by Kyle Crampton and that entire Merrimack offense.
Yeah,
Merrimack defense looking good as well. They had a block kick on special teams. Really looking strong here in all 3 phases of the game. As it is now official, as Merrimack will move to 2-1 on the season. Alvirne to 0-4. Merrimack victorious 51-7 over Alvirne. Ralph, what were your general takeaways of this game as we wrap up our coverage here on tonight's game?
So just a really strong performance all around here from Merrimack. Something they should be proud of. You get a big win. You'll be able to go back and look in the film room and see some things that you can improve upon moving forward into next season as well. Really just amazing play all around. Jake Trahan, the snake out there.
Snake
just
looking good. Crampton looking
feasting
good.
on defenses.
The Sarge looking strong.
Happy birthday to the Sarge out there. There he is celebrating with his teammates.
After a real hard-earned victory right there. Shout out to Ryder Morris as well. Good old-fashioned remorse. He celebrated a birthday as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we listen to the Merrimack High School Marching Band play us out here again, your final score, the Merrimack Tomahawks 51, the Alvirne Broncos 7. Want to take this opportunity, too, to give a big thank you to the incredible folks at Merrimack TV, namely Justin Slez and the one, the only Nicholas LaValle. Justin joining us here in studio, helping us with the production, and Nicholas is actually at the high school filming tonight's game. So On behalf of Ralph Carpentier, my name is Dave Carter. It has been a lot of fun bringing you guys the coverage of Merrimack High football this season. And again, ladies and gentlemen, watch the replay. Subscribe to Merrimack TV on YouTube. On behalf of everybody, thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Again, your Tomahawks 51, the Alvirne Broncos 7. Good night, be safe, and we'll see you on down the line. Take care, everybody.
Good night.
Merrimack TV is committed to our community. From gavel-to-gavel coverage of town and school board meetings to updates on town services and projects, we aim to keep you connected.
Good morning, I'm Kyle Fox, Public Works Director for the town of Merrimack.
Hi, I'm Diane Trippett. I'm the town clerk tax collector for the town of Merrimack.
I'm Captain Matt Tarleton with the Merrimack, New Hampshire Police Department.
And keep the public informed of every motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
And many moments, so you can be confident that we're here for you. Thanks for watching. Stay connected. Follow Merrimack TV on Facebook.